Yes, people. What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Saeed TV. We are live for some transfer news, transfer talk. You know them ones there. We're here with the brothers, man. You get me? We got man like Kaz in the building. Kaz, what you telling me? Going all green today? You know what I mean? What you telling me?
Oh, well, good, man. Just just not trying to be enraged by Isak news. You know what I mean? Just living life, man. Handle life.
Living life.
Alhamdulillah.
Big up to you, man. Man like Charles is in the building. Charles, what you telling me?
Big up, man. Big up the panel. Big up the chat. Ain't been here for a while, so I'm gassed, man. Do you know what I mean? Been at work all day. Yeah. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, big up, man.
Big up, man like some likes.
Yeah.
ASAP.
Come on, man. We got my guy, man, from the America sides. Man, like, tell me, man, it's been a minute, man. What are you telling me, bro?
I'm good, bro. It's been a minute. Honestly, I'm doing great. I've worked football for most of the summer. You know, we get back to the season, and we get to talk about it, bro. There's a lot to talk about.
Yeah, definitely, man. Big up to you, man. I think last time I was back in Amran, and you know what I mean? Right now, we might be on the same page, but we'll discuss it. We got man like Estrella in the building, man. What are you telling me, brother?
Not much, man. I just finished work, so yeah, just ready to jump in the chat.
Come on. Big up to the chat as well, man. Make sure you hit the like button, people, man. You know what I mean? Nicole saying, yeah, man, we miss Tebby. Definitely, man. Tebby's been part of the channel for a hot minute, so we big up each and every time, man. But listen, where do you might want to start? Do you might want to start with a Watkins news?
Just get the Isak stuff out of the way.
Should we just get the Isak stuff out of the way?
Just get out of the way, brother. Just get out of the way.
Yeah, I'm just saying, man. Like, is it impossible? That's what I want to ask everyone. Is Isak's situation? I mean, Estrella, I don't know if he's going mad down there. His eyes lit up and like, yo, I don't know if you're excited there or I don't know, man. What are you saying, man? You know, I mean, we can't let Liverpool take him. You know what I'm saying? We gotta do something about this, man. What are you saying, man?
Who wants to go first?
Yeah, who wants to go first? Okay, let me make it easier. Who here thinks we got a chance of signing Isak?
Okay. I saw your thumbnail saying "Dare to Dream," right?
Yeah.
No, you got to sleep to dream.
Yeah, you got to sleep. Yeah.
Sleeping, that dream's done. It's not happening, unfortunately.
But it's impossible. You think it's impossible?
It's impossible. It's crazy as a United fan, yeah.
It's not impossible.
The biggest striker is on the market, and us as United fans, we're not even involved. We're looking at, we're looking at Instagram highlights right now. And we're saying, oh, yeah, it's a spenny one. That's what we're doing. We're looking at the 10-10 right now, looking at Instagram highlights and saying, yeah, we can't do that. It's dark.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna say to all the people that said, yeah, not being in the Champions League is a blessing. Yeah, you lot can hold that, bro. And you lot are complaining today, man. That's on you, man. Because the amount of people that said, yeah, oh, but you know what? We're going to be better with one game a week. Bollocks, mate. You know what I mean? Stuff like this, yeah, you don't even get a mention in Mandem. You know how mad that is, bro? United should be in the mention for top strikers, for top players, bro. But you know what? It's one game a week, and apparently we're going to be better. So you, man, can hold that. Now, real talk, man. You, man, can hold that.
Even if we won the Europa League, yeah, or whatever, I don't think if we're in the Champions League, if I was Isak, I wouldn't come to us.
No, but that's the conversation, though. I know
what the conversation is, but I'm just saying in general, regardless if this is possible or not, people need to understand, like, footballers do not have a long time in their careers, and it's either you value playing football and winning accolades or you value money. So majority of the top class players right now, to me, seems like they're chasing accolades. So why would you come to a United team that's continuously in a revolving door of like rebuilding, chop and changing managers, negative plays? Doesn't make any sense to me when you've got viable teams like Liverpool or Arsenal in for you. So I don't think it's a conversation to even be had. Yeah. So
I also think though as well though, like we have got Cunha and Mbumo off a bad season, so I don't think
they're not the same. That's not the same. I'm not saying you're taking two players. One of those players have helped a relegation battle team just survive. The other one has been consistent enough in the Prem where the standards for Brentford was not that high, but they've managed to cement themselves like Southampton did like 5-10 years ago in the Prem when they used to be up and down, and they consistently found a level staying in the Premier League. So like the jump to someone like Isak now, who's done it in Champions League, done it on the highest of stages, has been at least now renowned in the Premier League for one of the, if not the best, if not the second best striker in the Premier League for the last two and a bit seasons now. I think a different comparison to say we managed to get those two people. Is it too far-fetched to go and get him? Like I said, this is United. We all support United. We've all seen United do crazy things over the years. It wouldn't go unfound me if we put in a bid and suddenly we found 120 million. But me personally, the same way with Gyökeres, he already said with his own mouth, I want Arsenal. I do not see an elite level player coming to this club unless they've got some kind of special powers in their head thinking they're going to do something that they know they're going to do. I'd come here if I was a player.
Yeah.
I would not come here if I was a player. And that's what everyone needs to understand. It's the truth.
Tell me, what are you saying?
Yeah, bro, we're screwed. I don't know what else to say. Like, this season's going to be terrible. Like, I think the Isak thing is, I agree with a lot of what Estrella said. It's like, I remember, I was on a lot of streams at the end of last season saying, bro, we need to just hardwire reset everything, bro. Like hardwire reset everything. The manager, we need to be a heavy selling club. We need to be urgent in the market, whether it's just we're selling urgently or we're buying, we're buying with intent. Like, none of these things have happened. Like I said, I haven't really been on Twitter like that. Like, I see news, but I was trying to give INEOS a chance, but they're not doing anything differently. Like, is Mbeumo a good player? He's a very good player. I'm not even gonna act like he's not. You feel me? Matheus Cunha, very good player. You know what I'm saying? But do we think that the people who were backing Amorim were saying, we need him to have his team? You feel me? That was what everybody was saying. He needs to have his players. And I knew for a fact, even if we signed 5 or 6 players, we would still struggle. And right now we've signed 2 players of note, 2 other players that none of us really know about, right? And we're gonna have to figure out if they're legitimate talents or not. You feel me? At best, we're gonna be a top half team unless something changes. Even if let's say we sign Isak for 120 million, as good of a player as he actually is, it would still feel a bit like we're buying him because we're trying to get him away from Liverpool, and it would have that panic buy feel because of how the transfer window has gone so far. You feel me? It took a long time to get Mbeumo over the line, and then we ended up paying the amount that Brentford wanted. You feel me? Cunha, it took a little time. It was quicker than Mbeumo, but still took a little bit of time. Like, nothing's really changed. Nothing's really changed. So it's frustrating. I think that's what it is. I've tried not to think about it, but I just don't understand. Like, this manager he's not good enough at this point in his career to take on this level of rebuild. You feel me? Like, obviously he did a great job with Sporting Lisbon, but that's a whole different ball game. It's like 3 clubs who are financially, like, exponentially at a different level from the rest of the league. You feel me? Manchester United are in a position where, to Estrella's point, we're not in to Saeed's point, we're not in Champions League. Top players don't want to go to us. Agents are probably telling their players, bruh, just there's no way we're going there. We can probably get equivalent money somewhere else. Look at what Xavi Simon's about to do with Chelsea. You feel me? So there's no incentive for any players to come. And sometimes the incentive is the manager. If we had gone out, and I don't care who it is, if it's fresh new life, players that have saw Amorim for 6 months, they've seen it. These football players watch football, they see what's going on. Why would they want to join that?
Why are you talking shit, man? Just stop talking. You're just talking mad shit.
What is this guy
talking? You're just talking mad shit. Cunha could have. Cunha had. By the way,
relax yourself.
Just because you got a fresh trim and you look good and all that kind of stuff, mashallah. You're talking shit. You're talking out of feeling, man. There's bare negative, man.
Don't get too giddy. Respect yourself.
No. I'm telling you, you're talking shit because we're on a camera, and respectively, I can tell you every time that I can tell you that you're talking shit. You just talk bare shit. Every time we come on with this guy, man, I'd expect it. What do you mean, bro? I respectfully, I'm not trying to create beef here, but you're overseas. Stop it. So on that note,
what does that mean?
Relax. You're overseas.
That don't mean shit. That don't mean shit.
No. I'm just saying that you say keyboard warrior, but you're overseas. So what's the point of that?
You're the one talking. You're talking.
He's got right to his opinion.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, his right to his opinion. Shit.
He's got no. Hold on a minute. You know what it is, yeah? Kaz, you can say your opinion without having.
He's getting hot.
No. Listen.
All I hear is bare breath.
You give your opinion. You give your opinion, and he's right to his. That's all it is, bro.
Say you disagree and tell me. Hey, say you disagree and tell me why. Use your. You let us know why you disagree. You let us know why
he's just talking out. He's just talking out feeling. At this point, he just wants something else, man.
Go on,
I don't know. You can educate me. Like I said, I'm not the one that's hot in it or anything like that. You're getting hot saying all this shit. I don't care because we're online. Who cares? Yeah. Long story short, who wants to choose to come to Manchester United? Last time I clocked, Sesko, who's got other options, Watkins, who's got other options, Mbumo, who had other options, Cunha, who had other options, Emi Martinez, who had other options. This is actual link players, have all said they're happy to join in Manchester United. So what are you on about? This is what I mean about he's talking shit. Oh, you know what?
How many players do we get linked to every summer? We get linked to 100 players every summer.
Brother, you've been spraying bare breath. You spray breath for 3 to 5 minutes. Spray breath. Hold on.
What I want to say though, I do disagree with what you said, Temi. There, I said there are players that still want to come to Man United though, like the Cunha like wants to come to Man United, and Bumo wants to come to Man United. So I disagree in the sense of, you know what I mean, when you feel the way you feel in terms of like United as a whole, I still think there is that kind of idea that, you know, players do want to come to Man United to be the next kind of almost save. They may think, you know what, we can come in and we can save this situation. We can be a difference maker to Man United. Because in the day, to us, what Man United is not to the players. They still see Man United as a dream. They still see Man United as a big historic football club. They don't see it in our perception of what it is. They're there, you know what? They've got the kind of almost the powers to change the situation. Us as fans, we haven't got that power to change the situation. So I think it's different to maybe how you feel and how the players feel. And that's okay. You know what I mean? That's why
But do we not get linked to 100 players every summer? This is nothing new. Until they sign pen to paper, it's paper talk. That's what
I hear you.
So but that's not his statement. His statement is no player wants to come to United because their agents are telling them, because he knows that factually that they're telling them, even though I just gave 5, 6, 7 examples that players do want to come to United, and you can't use they want to come for a payday anymore. That's a fact. Yeah, that's why I said you're talking shit. No, not in, and if you took it in the wrong way, we've signed two players of note. If you took that,
next week is going to be August.
And by the way, Andrew Ellis, I know you're talking like this in Saeed's chat, yeah, but Andrew Ellis, you come into my chats all the time. One sec. Andrew Ellis in the chat, yeah.
Don't matter.
You suck me off in every single one of my chats.
Ollie Watkins swap with Garnacho. Yeah, like this is what we see.
You know what I like, yeah. Listen, guys, yeah. One is very positive, one is not so positive about the situation. And it's good, man.
It's not about positivity, though. Like,
no. I'm not saying that. I'm saying the outlook of thingy is not as positive as maybe Kaz feels, and that's okay.
No, it's not that. It's not that, because I can see both perspectives. Like what Temi is saying, what Temi is saying to a degree is correct. But yes, what Kaz has said, obviously, I would have articulated myself a bit different. Yeah,
I agree.
And he's just said what you wanted to say. He's just G-checking your point as if when you're stating that an echelon of players are saying, "Oh, we don't want to go to the agents." That's not factually true, because he listed off a numerous amount of players that do want to come here, or have said that they don't mind. But those type of players, again, like Watkins, Martinez, those are not the type of echelon players that I was talking about from in the past. That if you're trying to get them now, you'd have a chance, if you make sense. So, like again, an Isak, De Bruyne in his prime. If he was to try and get Pogba in his prime right now, he probably would say no. But what Kaz is saying is that the way you're moving is like, well, some dirty hole that nobody wants us, which is completely just not true. Because
we've always been able to
regardless, always going to be a
17th to top 4. That's just not happening.
I don't think nobody's saying that though.
I'm not. I literally led by saying Mbeumo, very good player. Cunha, very good player. But the issue is we are moving the exact same way we did under the Glazers. Nothing has changed in terms of the urgency in our transfer window. Most of the players we're saying are dead, but are still here.
I could agree with you.
Of the 4 players we signed, I like Cunha, I like Mbeumo. Cool. I don't know about the other two. You feel me? Are y'all excited about that?
No,
like, actually.
Tell me, it's not about being excited.
You're optimistic. You're optimistic.
No, I'm not.
Excited.
Let me tell you my perspective before Shells jumps in it. I was gonna say, in terms of INEOS, Shells, Kaz, and Saeed will know I'm not the big. I don't know that I'm a fan. I just don't support them straight black period. Like from what they've shown me, and even before coming in, my thing is you can't say that nothing's changed because Kaz is the one that opened my eyes to this one. It's like the players that we are signing were kind of like pivoting away from foreign players, having them to adjust, or players that are past it with a name or whatever, and you're getting Premier League proven players in the squad, and that's what we need. So you're getting players that know how to graft in lower teams and see it out for the full duration of the season. Whereas before we're just buying names or buying in the hope. Now we're not buying in hope. We're being very strategic. Might not be financially astute in terms of how we're negotiating the deals or the players that we're going for, because it's pretty obvious. But we didn't used to go for these players before, and now that we have, you can't say now it's not the same. You have to acknowledge.
You said what?
You have to acknowledge it. I said you have to acknowledge one thing. One thing comes with the other. Yeah, they might not be doing a great job, but it's not the same as regime under the Glazers. We're doing something different as well.
How? Explain to me how.
Because of the profile of players. The profile of players are better.
Profile of players that
we had decent windows under the Glazers. You know that, right?
No. Again, I'm not disputing that. I'm talking about the profile of the players. We don't
normally profile of the player.
Premier League proven players or players of a certain echelon that we're going.
We signed Premier League proven players under the Glazers in multiple Premier League proven players in a transfer. Okay.
Let me tell you. Since they came in, would you say the
higher level players under the Glazers?
Okay, let me ask you a question, Timmy. Since they've come in the INEOS, have they made the kind of right profile of players? When you look at De Ligt, when you look at Euro,
Mazraoui.
So Mazraoui.
I said we had a good. I said we had a good last summer.
Less misses than hits. Sorry, less hits than misses. You know what I mean?
Yes. I said we had a good summer. But when you finished, in my opinion, I thought we had a good summer. Most of those players we bought, players we're going to have for the foreseeable future. But you have to keep going. And the issue is they dilly-dallied on the Amarim thing.
I agree.
It put a very sour taste in the fan base mouth. My opinion, I think it put a bad taste in a lot of players, and that again, I don't think anything is different. I don't understand this profile of players. A 25-year-old striker, a 26-year-old number 10 striker. We've done this before with higher profile players. By the way, players who had won Champions League, players who had won Serie A's. Like this is not new. We've signed a Paul Pogba before. We've signed a Juan Mata before. You feel me? We've done this before. Like, so I don't know when you're saying it's different.
Let me ask you a question though. Is it more so the manager that kind of makes your feeling of the players? Because I'm not gonna lie to you, I've separated them for me. I think for me, with United, you've got to look at the players separate to the manager. And I know that's very, very hard. I don't believe this manager is going to be here for long. But what I will say is though, the club are trying to do a different strategy where they're not necessarily buying players for the manager anymore. If you look at the caliber of players we've bought, one thing I will give credit, there's not a lot of things I will give credit to INEOS, is that they are now buying for the club rather than the players. Because like I said to you beforehand, we saw a lot of players that were bought for the manager. You see it, ex-Ajax players. So far now, we've not seen any ex-players now so far. It's been literally club signings. Lenny Euro, you're looking at De Ligt, you're looking at... These could probably play under most managers, Cunha and Mbeumo. These are players that I would definitely think they are players where they can play under a lot of managers, bro. So in that idea, that's why I separate the coach and the players. Because I believe these players, surely, you go bring in players. You can't surely fail.
I've never seen, you know? Sorry, I've never seen in a league where someone like Bayern Munich or over in Italy where they go by the league's best players, like Sir Alex Ferguson used to do, the same strategy.
We've been doing it.
We ain't done it for years. Yeah, we've been shopping out there for Hoylands, for other lot that are not proven, where they got no structure around them, no real spine or anything. And the one time we go and do it, there's just like bad revisionism around the club. But the only thing we're suffering from is PTSD, and I don't blame that. But it's just like, I don't blame there's no chance.
I think you guys are missing my point. Again, I'm going to repeat this. The players that we have signed, I like. That's not what I'm talking about. What I am saying is the manner in which we are handling the window, the slowness, the lack of selling players.
I agree.
The inability to get deals done quickly. All of these things are what I'm talking. We've always signed good players. Like how many times have we been excited about
I think it's because Temi hasn't been on stream. Temi hasn't been on stream in a minute. That's why probably he's been a bit disoriented with us because
I agree.
Me, Shells, Kaz, and Saeed, we've already gone through this stage of feeling consistently anger.
I'm not angry.
Not necessarily angry, but like in terms of like bringing it up all the time, like, oh, we're still in the same space. Why they're not changing? Why we over negotiating? Why we spending 7-10 weeks to do a deal? We spoke about this like 2, 4, 3 weeks ago.
Again, I hear that. Here's the thing. You guys are saying that things are different now. This is your
totally different. Not
totally
different.
This is real quick. This is the point you got. This is definitely the point you guys made. You said things are different now under this regime, and I'm asking you how. And you said the profile of players.
Yeah,
and I said that's copium because we have bought players like this
before.
Is it
copium or is it facts?
It's absolutely copium. Have we not? Raise your hand if we haven't signed a 24, 25-year-old exciting striker under the Glazers. Tell me if we haven't signed a 24 or 25-year-old number 10 under the Glazers. We signed a
the thing is though,
we signed a 26-year-old.
We signed a what? Sorry, we signed a
24, 25-year-old Romelu Lukaku. Who was
when we signed Lukaku, it wasn't really welcomed by the
excuse me.
Base. If we're being totally transparent here,
you're saying it wasn't welcomed by the fan base.
When we signed Lukaku, it wasn't 100% welcome when we signed him. You can pull faces. Maybe in the States it was, but I'm telling you from good authority in the UK, it wasn't.
I have a question. Are you telling me that Bryan Mbeumo is a more exciting signing at this time than Romelu Lukaku was? Is that what you're saying?
I'll say yes. I'll say the position that we are in right now. I'll say yeah.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie to you. It's equally as exciting. It's equally as exciting.
That's just a bad take. Like what?
How can it not be equally exciting?
Romelu Lukaku is the definition of Premier League proven bagsman.
I know.
Manchester United.
You can't really compare the two because world's in two different phases. Is that being broke and being rich and being two different partners and going, how did you feel in this? It's two separate things.
Obviously, they're different kinds of players, but they are both attacking players, right?
No, see what I mean?
I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna say this. I think people maybe because Romelu Lukaku's had not the greatest end to his career. Are people forgetting how?
No, I remember him at West Brom.
The league before he came to us. While he was his first couple seasons, bro, 27 goals.
They both have the influence on them. You know. One second, Estrella. 1 second. They both have a strong influence. In Lukaku was one of the sought after players in that time, and now Mbeumo is one of the sought after players in this time.
And my question to you: Are you telling me that Mbeumo at this point was a more sought after player?
No, I didn't say again. He changed my words. No, I didn't say that. I said the level of excitement was the same, bro.
Right. The level of excitement, whatever words you want to use, Are you telling me that? Okay, I'm not buying it. I'm going to say that right now. Not buying it. Not buying it.
That doesn't really watch. You're moving the goalposts. That's like me saying when you made your first million and then when you made another 10 million, how did you feel? Like I'm just
trying to refute the point.
Listen. Emmy's not saying that. Basically, he's just comparing to get his point across. Basically,
you can't compare the two shows. You can't compare the two.
He's not comparing the two as a thing. He's just basically saying under previous regime we signed prem proven players as well. Ooh, so he's asking you where is the change. That's all he's saying. When he's comparing,
the reason I'm saying you can't compare the two shows is no one's saying that at Lukaku when we signed him at the time wasn't prem proven. I remember him at West Brom and I remember him at Everton. He was still a divisive player even though he could bag goals. Yeah, that's a given. No one's gonna correct me on that. What I'm saying now is this: is disingenuous to try and compare Mbeumo the signing of him now of how feeling compared to back then when a team was different. I believe we had Mourinho in charge. I think Mourinho Van Gaal was in charge when we got him. The team ethos and everyone that was around him at the time, it was very, very different. compared to now when we finished 15th. So when you're now going,
that's not the context of the.
No. But when you said it, you have to add that in for context, though. You do have to add that in for context. You do.
But it's besides the point, though.
Like I said, I don't see what's different.
You know what it is?
What's different? You're saying the excitement. So are you saying the excitement level is different? Is that what your argument is?
What I will say, though, Temi, is that it's not copium.
No,
the thing is that for me. One second. One at a time. Because we're gonna speak over each other. What I will say is, though, it's not copium. Yeah, the comment you made there, I think, was very, very disingenuous. It's not copium. The fact that Man United, you could give credit that United, in terms of profile of players that we're getting, are better now. Then yes, we did buy players under the Glazers, but it was really a scattergun approach. We'd buy players, hold on a minute, we buy players and then we maybe not finish the whole thing because end of the day, we weren't very, very balanced in that. Right now, so far, I can name you more hits than misses in terms of signings. I can.
How is that even possible? We've only had a summer and a half.
Links. We got told we're definitely signing a striker this summer. I still believe, and I told you 2 weeks ago, Watkins was the first. And you were Estrella in the chat, remember? Do you remember in our group chat? I said, watch it, it's going to come out soon, yeah?
The only miss me
2 months ago, 2 months ago, if we said, 2 months ago, like we've just lost the final or whatever, this is to the whole chat as well, by the way, yeah? If I said to you lot that do support Man United or even rivals, we're going to change our whole attack. We're going to go get Cunha. We're going to go get one of the best wingers in the right wings in the league and a proven striker in the Prem at least, even though that can be overglazed to a degree, right? But he's had 5 years of it. I would say three years out of 5 in Villa. You could say what? Much better than that. You would legit call me a donut or something worse. Did you get it? At least you know what? One thing you just said. The issue we've had, we go put one midfielder in, but we need about 3. When we go to get an attacker, we got Xerxes, but we needed about 3. But we didn't know that. So the fact that we're getting all of that revamped, it's the bare minimum, but at least it's something considering our position. I can get behind that. I like to get behind that. At least I know, at least you know, we are at least scoring good goals next year, regardless.
You'd hope. You'd hope.
I've seen better front 3 struggle. I'll just that is because
all I'm gonna say.
You're right. No, tell me. You're right. You're right on that part. You have seen.
Hold on a minute. What front 3 have you seen that struggle at Man United? Be honest.
No, I'm not. When I again, it's relative. I want to preface that.
No, you have to say it. You said it.
But I'm saying people are getting excited for. I'm talking about from a team perspective. We struggled when we had good attacking players. But like, are you telling me that Mbeumo, Cunha, and
Watkins,
thank you, is better than a Martial?
Yes.
Rashford when he was going crazy.
Yes.
And
I'll do exactly what you do.
You know what?
Do you know the reason why I say yes, even though I don't want Watkins? The reason why is because availability is the best availabiliability. Martial was always consistently injured, and Rashford was a hot and cold player. So if you're giving me Brian if you're giving me Brian, I'm not doing if everyone's fit because that's all hypotheticals. We're only doing real life. So if Brian and Mbeumo and Cunha can play full season and are consistent, that's already an improvement. The striker is there to be discussed. I've already said I don't want Watkins. I think anything more than 40 million is a bump. I already said I don't want him anyway. Me, I don't want him.
I wouldn't. We want Mateta. I know that. We all want Mateta.
I don't want Mateta, but I'll happily take Mateta over.
Oh, yeah. I would as well. I would have
time to choose, man. I'll be real with you, man. We got time to choose, man.
That's why I'm feeling inside.
The way I'm using right now, I'm very tempted to say if we haven't got an option right now, go into next season with Josh and Magnus Hoyden. I am not spending unnecessary money on
Broski. I hear you, man, but it's available.
Saeed, there's rice at home. There's Biryani at home.
Wait, hold on.
I get it.
What rice is at home?
Jollof rice, biryani. There's all types.
You see me having biryani.
You got Cunha, you got Brian, and then you've got Rasmussen.
What jollof? What jollof are you talking about?
I mean, it's cool. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's nice. You know, like, it's all right.
You don't want to make jokes here. This is how you acquire bad assets. We're gonna be pressured into a decision because we didn't think to begin with when we wanted the actual striker. We've now been forced to go get a number 9 who's fallen out of love again or fallen out of favour in his own team. They loaned our shit in Rashford and he took his position. He's not even a proper striker. This guy's had injuries, not been the best. 29 years old. Wait, Charles.
29 old. It's 29 old.
Let me land. He's 29 years old, so that means he's looking for a next big contract. He's currently on 120, 130.
How do you know that?
When you're 29, that's going to be your next big contract. What are you talking about?
No. It could be a final contract. It doesn't have to be necessarily a big contract.
No. As in, when it's your next, like, you're not going to get that many more contracts when you're 29.
Yeah, I hear it, but it doesn't.
So the next one, the next one. If he's on 100, if he's on 120, 130, he's not going to be like, oh, give me 100. No, he's going to ask for 150. And if Brian and Billy, no. If Brian's on 200, which reportedly he's on, yeah.
No. We don't know yet. I'm going to check now.
Reportedly, Brian's on 200. So if he's the
find out now.
You can find out, but if he's the bagsman that we're buying, and that's the navigator for our strikers, he's all for players. He's going to be asking for at least 200.
Brumo, according to Capology, which is a very, very reliable source, he's on 150 grand a week.
I don't believe that.
Who's that?
What do you mean don't believe it?
Who's that?
You can't do that, bro. You can't do that. You can't just believe the 200k.
Exactly. How can you do that, bro? Capology is very, very reliable.
Saeed, I'm not arguing with you. I just, me personally, I don't believe that figure. I honestly believe it will be 200. When it comes out, I think it'll be 200.
Wait. Who's on 150? One second. What is it?
It's 200.
No, one sec. Who's on 150? Who's on 150? Sorry.
Brian and Bumo.
That's what no, Australia. He's on 150. He's got his bonuses, but no one ever knows the bonuses in England. The only available places you see bonuses for, I think, is Germany and Spain, Italy.
This is what I said. He can be on 150, but the bonuses that they've added in.
But that doesn't matter.
No, it does.
You changed your argument. Bonus is a good thing, by the way. Why?
I'm not. So the things like appearances, all of these things, I think
I agree.
But that's normal for every single player in the whole of the Premier League. That's very normal.
I want to land the point before I got Mr. Thingy. Before I got stuff, yeah. Watkins, 29, currently on 130, 120, 130. Regardless, if Mason Mount 250, Brian, you're saying 150. Let's just arguably go with 150 or whatever. Mainu's negotiating his new contract. He wants more than 100k or whatever. Yeah, cool. You think now this guy's seen the position of United and he's not going to try and take the piss? And again, how many times have we seen this where we've seen a player not been that great? The manager don't want him at their own club, and we're going to pay over the odds. The first thing I can think of is Mason Mount.
Yeah, but the thing,
previous regime, though.
Thank you. Yeah, that's a bit different. I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, but it doesn't matter. But I think it does matter, considering INEOS have made I don't know what to call it, like a clean sweep of trying to reorganize the whole club. Their position is like, we're basically what they've been telling all the Premier League and us. We're broke. I don't believe that, by the way. I don't believe it, but they would use that to their advantage, and they could say, well, that was that director of football and that regime and all of that. We're trying to do something brand new. What a lot of clubs do is, unlike a couple, is there's incentives. You have to work for your wage. Do you believe in yourself to score goals? Every single player in the Premier League have appearance fees. I don't know, starting bonuses. There's so much that go on that we don't know about. Of course there is, but as it stands, to our knowledge, to what's being reported, that's all we can go off of. Unless you got a Sully Talks in your back door, or someone that knows the players and the agents and blah blah blahs and all of that stuff. So we can only go off what we see. Until then. You know what I mean?
Okay, cool. Let me just quickly ask everyone before you continue, Saeed, yeah? Michelle's way to answer, please.
Yeah. Okay, go on.
When we finished 15th last season, yeah, if I told you, forget about Brian, forget about Cunha, if I told you we finished 15th and going into next season, our striker is going to be Ollie Watkins, after we finish 15th, what would your initial reaction be?
I would say, you know what? That is a very good Premier League proven striker, and we are probably lucky to have him.
Shells?
I'm not gonna lie, I'd take Watkins. I honestly take him. If you look at Watkins' stats, since he's been in the Prem, bro, I don't understand what the consensus is. The guy is a bagsman, and not only is a bagsman, he allows fluidity in the squad. He fits with what we have. Do you know what I'm saying? When you're saying there's rice at home, that rice is old. It's off, brother. I'm telling you, Hoyland is not rice, bro. It's not.
Also, we forget the wage will go. The wage might go up.
Not Jasmine. It's the deadest Tesco Tesco brand rice we're looking at, what we got at home. Yeah. You're saying, I've spoken to you before, Estrella, about Cunha and Birmingham 9. You wasn't even feeling that. You said, get me an out-and-out number 9. So why would you go get...
I never said I'm playing Bruno. I never said I'm playing Brian number 9. I've never said none of them are strikers, my guy. I've never ever said...
my bad. I misinterpreted you there. I misinterpreted you. When you said rice at home, the only rice we have is Xerxes and Højlund.
Rasmus.
And Rasmus is expired, my brother.
If you are saying Rasmus is rice, mate, then I don't know what's life, bro. Like if brother, we are just
yes, he's not good enough for the Premier. Yes, he's not good enough to be starting for us, yeah. But if you man have faith in this manager,
cauliflower.
Why can't if you're improving the squad naturally, everyone else level should improve more, no?
Shit. What else? Like, what are we doing here? Why are we even debating?
I'm not saying for 1 second starting striker. I never said that. If everyone's faith is in Joshua Xerxes, yeah, then cool. Start them three together, and then obviously use Rasmus as the rotating person.
I don't even want to see him.
You know what it is though, is Trella. Let's to close this out. Yeah, kind of is. At least the manager's got options to not hide behind. Do you get it?
Yeah.
That's it. There you go. That's a fair assessment for people that want the manager or not want the manager. There you go. Done. Let's see what he can do. He should have the recipe to do what he needs to do to bring us back to what we all like to call the glory days. But obviously it's not enough, but it's something.
Villa are saying it's not for sale anyway. That's the main thing. United, they say it's not for sale. I think for me, unless Watkins puts in a transfer request, it's going to be very, very relative.
The manager don't want Saeed. The manager doesn't want him or Martinez there.
No, I don't think that's the case. I don't think that's
no. So they have to sell not due to because of FFP, because of wages. They need to bring some people to books, but that doesn't mean Watkins.
No.
We've been told, by the way, the
manager they had
Emery. Oh yeah. But
we had a falling out.
That was a month ago, though. To be fair, but even then, we don't know because he did take him away from the biggest game of his career for Rashford instead. But Rashford
come on.
I'd say this though. We've been told Vissa, Isak, all these other guys this window have not been for sale. Exactly. But we've been told he has a valuation. So which one is it?
This is why I don't believe these journalists, bro, man. Unless, like I said to you, we literally categorically hear that it's not happening, bro. I'm telling you now, bro. There's a lot of scaremongering reports going on. And right now, like, nobody knows anything, bro. It's easier for you to rule it out than to say it's happening, bro. You know that, by the way. It's easier for you to rule it out because anyone can rule it out, bro. I can say, yo, he's up for sale. You know what I mean? I can make a report up for sale because he isn't for sale. You know what I mean? Unless you actually bid and it's accepted and whatnot, it's up for sale. But go ahead, Charles. I'm sure you're going to say something there.
Yeah, on your point, no one's for sale. When you put the money there and it's right, they're going to take it. With the whole Watkins thing, just quickly going to finishing this off. Just because Emery prioritized Rashford, that doesn't mean that don't take away what Watkins done in this league.
Yeah,
I'm saying a manager can have a preference. Same way you got a preference, I got a preference. During that time when Rashford overtook him as well, Watkins picked up an injury, and then Rashford started finding some form. So there's context to why Watkins lost his place. Man are just saying, oh, let's just go throw Xerxes in there. I like Xerxes, but the brother got us 3 goals. We have to keep it real. Xerxes does other things around the game. Yes, I get it. But we're looking at I don't understand how we're in the position we're in. We're turning down a brother like Watkins, who's going to come in and guarantees you 15 goals. And I get it. There is an adaptation period because just because he's been bagging at Villa doesn't mean we're going to get the same output. And that goes across our front three. I get that. But it's less. There's more of a chance of this happening because he's been here. He's the know-how, the experience. Then let's just say you relying on rice at home because again, I'll keep going back to that rice is expired. It's not jollof. It's not rice.
I'm saying. One or two things real quick here. One, the point with Watkins, that's fine. When I'm saying rely on the rice, I'm not saying that to maintain you for the whole season. Keep that money and see what position we are in January then. My thing is, I'm not splashing up 60 mil plus on my man and I've seen him on the higher stage. I've seen him play for England. Sometimes he looks like a dare. Like what's the phrase? A dare in lots of likes or whatever it's called. He don't look like.
I get what you mean.
I've seen him in Champions League games as well. I'm not saying he can't play Champions League, but it looks like that's a level of, when some players can play a certain level, but it just looks a bit of a step of them. They can play their all right, but to actually excel is different. I've seen Watkins These men provide hella chances. He's. I'm not going to say his conversion rate's terrible because I don't watch too much of Aston Villa. But when I have watched him, I've never seen him like one-on-one, like an Isak or a Haaland. Obviously, there's not that many strikers you can see when they're one-on-one. You just turn away and say it's goal. I don't ever feel that conviction.
No, I get what you mean. He's not like a... Yeah, I know what you mean.
You don't give me that pressure of a real number 9. And that pressure is going to mount 10 times as hard when you come to United.
Yeah, but you know what the best
thing... I don't agree with the 60 million price, by the way. I don't agree with that. So I'm with you on that. I don't agree with 60 million. 60 million is a
40 million, I'll be like, all right.
Could we all agree?
No.
Could we all kind of maybe agree though, if Watkins is to be the spearhead of this, that we've got 3 players that can interchange and it's very fluid as well still? Like you'd like to think that Watkins is a good creator. I think his assist record, he loves a cutback, let's be real. And Bumo loves the ones that likes to what Vissa creates for him at times. You get what I mean? And Bumo can run up front. That's very fluid still. Even if you add Xerxes to the mix with Watkins, it's still very fluid. The best part is the only one that isn't very fluid in all of this is Højlund. But even if you add Ahmad in that, it's still very fluid. Mine not so much as much. He should be able to because I'm pretty sure he'd want to be at the top of the spearhead, but he's more box to box for me. But it's even if you add into that equation, they're all good footballers. They should all be able to make situations that we've seen. I feel like we're going off the basis of what we saw with Garnacho a lot. Mason Mount, let's call it his chance. Yeah, his chance of staying fit. And up front, because Højlund kept getting picked, which is annoying, you're not really going to see a lot of chances getting either buried. And if they did get made, they're still not... Bro, it's like, I don't know, just clueless, staring at a brick wall when they got them 3 up there.
Yeah.
Because what did Xerxes get injured for like 3 months, right?
Why don't you call Josh shit? Because Shell just said he only got 3 goals for us last season. When we bought him, he was he's a striker. He wasn't 9.5, 10. You want a 10, we'll get him as a striker. That was my interpretation.
He's playing rubbish. He's playing rubbish, man.
If you watch him at Bologna, he was never like an out-and-out number 9.
You watched him, he wasn't an out-and-out number 9.
I came on Saeed's stream when we was linked to him, and I said, I came on with Brian, and I said, everyone do your research on this guy. Don't watch compilations on YouTube. And I told him, if you think he's going to be an out number 9, you're very mistaken. You're mistakenly very wrong.
But nobody said he's out number 9.
It's the same analytics I gave for Dorgus before he came here. I said it as well. Everyone should be like, you need to be careful with this guy. He's got feet, but brother, he's rash and he's a young kid. Everyone was thinking to watch a couple YouTube clips on, he's a baller. Now, man, they're calling him Was.
You can't judge him, no, man. We can't judge him. I'm sorry, but why is it like everyone else? I don't know if this is how you lot feel, but this is how I feel. When it comes to our club, because it's such a high expectation, even I was kind of, I would say I was a part of this kind of at the start until I realized, innit? Like Xerxes' adaptation period inside the worst Man United team, Dorgu's adaptation period inside the worst Man United team. Bro, like, why are they not allowed to land? Even to a degree, Agate, by the way, I don't know what he's going to be like. I know he's not a fan favorite, and I know he's not exactly the one to probably push us forward in future, but what about him as well? Just because you don't like him doesn't mean he can't have that same kind of, I don't know, I didn't say you, not you. I'm just talking in general, innit? I'm saying allow them to adapt to Premier League, the physicality, what they need to do in terms of body type, body weight, and you know what, the speed of the game, because they are still a part of something that's absolutely was. So at least let them have this pre-season and be like, you know what, start of the season, Arsenal, greatest time to showcase what you can do. And this a manager, whether you like him or not, showcase that you can coach. Because I know we're going to go into this thinking, we should probably roll over against Arsenal. No. I don't think so.
We need to beat them.
Exactly. Those players you just named now, if they all have a crap season now, we're going to call them shit.
Yeah, but well, if they don't adapt, if they don't have something, I'm sorry, but if you got the front 3 that you have, you're going to have games with those that couple them or whatever, and whatever else is behind. If we do get a midfielder, which is brother,
I'm not trying to say it, but you're using. Why can't you use it for Rasmus? That's not saying that the same grace.
Ability, man. You know what it is? One, I can see that he can't play football for one, and two, I've seen him for 2 seasons, and I know as young as he is, he's not that much younger than Joshua Xerxes. So he's had a good 2 years, even if he's been a part of crappy Man United. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's going to end up staying here, and we'll see him with all these other lot. But I see that he can't finish. I see he's not adapting at the moment. I'm sorry, but I don't have more time to give you personally. That's just on a personal level, nothing more.
Yeah, I agree.
No, Kaz
got to go. Big up to Kaz, man. Guys, there's
Alright,
2,000 people in the building, man.
Man.
Yeah, big up, bro. Big up, man. Listen, it's all love, man. Listen, when people see arguments on there, it's all love, man.
No, it's just the way I said it, to be fair.
Hey, man, I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just, you know.
You know what, Timmy? You know the funny thing? It's not you that go whatever, because it's the way I come across at times. It's whatever. It's the ones in the comments saying, oh, you're not a bad man. I never said I was a bad man. Do you get it? They get more hot than us lot on the panel. It don't make sense. The same guys that will lap up and suck off rants, yeah. But when it's me, they see me, they're like, nah. This guy.
It's all love, you know. You know what it is. It's all love, but I'm just not gonna like let you have that. I'm just not gonna let you talk your shit. I'm gonna talk my shit too.
Yeah, man.
Man. I'm gonna talk my shit.
Yo, we need to get cast to America, man. You know what I mean? Let me see what he's saying.
You need to fly. What's that guy that was? What's that?
Let me take him to there.
What's the restaurant owner? What's his name again?
Huh? I don't know, man. What I'm saying is, I'm gonna take Cass to Harlem, innit? We take Cass to Harlem, man.
Wait, hold on. Would you even roll up to Harlem?
Brother, I've been about there, man. That's my hood, man.
Yeah. Come on, man. Yeah, stop
with my Harlem boys, man.
He's trying to roll around them areas, man.
Now, big up Cass, man. Love, man.
Love, man. In a bit.
We get these super chats in. Big up to you. Big up Maya says, big up my dude Saeed. Anyhow, an effing liar. I took him out of the squad for fear of media pressure. Newcastle, this is Chestnut Checkers, MFers, who's crying now. Watkins is 70 GA in 2 seasons, more than Isak, Saka, Alvarez, Bruno, Palmer, Dembele, Osimhen, Verts, and more. People chat like he's some joke, man. Sai, yeah, I agree, bro.
My eyes don't lie.
Joseph says, pay up for Watkins, and yes, should be sorted up, aside from the boomer, because use other forwards and not up for scratch entirely, says Joseph. And Tay says, if Watkins is our best option, we should wait and use the money on midfielders. Why buy a 30-year-old striker we need to replace in 2 years for 60 million? Because you know why, bro?
This is what I'm saying.
Minute, right? Hold on. United that's minute right now be to build for now. We are not in a situation where we can be thinking about the future too much, bro. United right now need to get back into the top 5 or top 4, whatever it is. They need to. Yeah, bro, we need to be competing, bro. And this is the reality. Right now, I'm not looking at 5 years. I'm looking at next season. Then I'm going to use next season. Then judge that season. Then look at the season after that. United right now need to be thinking short term, bro. And I don't mean just buying for the sake of buying, but I'm saying right now at this minute, like, give me a Watkins for the next 2-3 years, bro. Because then the small steps will lead on to bigger steps, bro. And then that time, you can maybe go buy a project striker. You know, in the next year,
you're doing that thing where you're allowing it now, because this is what we
allowing what?
Wait, because when we used to go for Ibra, it would be like it's just for the season.
Oh, here we go, Ibra.
Wait. When we get Falcao, just for the season to get us back on track, bro. What's been the consistent? What's been the consistent theme with United?
There was a market opportunity.
Saeed, what has been the consistent theme with United for the last 3 to 5 years? We all know midfield is an issue. Resolve the issue.
Why is it one or the other, man? Why is it one or the other?
Which one's more important at the moment?
No, that's not bullshit, man. I'm sorry, man.
Because you just said
why is it you are strategizing? No, hold on. Why is it that you are strategizing one or the other when Man United need to be getting both? Why?
Cool. If we're in a financial difficulty, yeah, there's players that would actually resolve the midfield issues. Why don't you go get them first by pontificating over a 29-year-old striker?
Let me help you out real quick. Because I feel like I see where he's going with it. Like, I don't rate Ollie Watkins that highly. I think he's good. I don't think he's anything. I don't think he's anything. Yes, he scored goals in the Premier League. That's undeniable. But I don't think he's a top level striker of any sort. You know what I'm saying? But that being said, we are so bad at that position. You feel me? We are so bad at that position. As much as I don't rate Bruno Fernandes as a player, I think he is a better player than Rasmus Højlund. You feel me? As much as I don't rate Manuel Ugarte as a player, I think they're better players than Rasmus Højlund. And I like Xerxes, but again, we need more options up there. So would I sign Ollie Watkins? Absolutely, I'd sign Ollie Watkins. We're so behind the 8 ball that we're just playing catch up right now. That's literally the reality. Like, Ollie Watkins will get us from, I think what will happen is we'll still be we won't be fluid as a team. We will not be this free flowing, exciting team at all. Even if we sign Ollie Watkins. But what's going to happen is the individual brilliance. There will be more I'm saying that in quotes, but like there will be more individual type.
Like more volleyball.
We'll score more goals just simply because those players are exponentially better than the players that were playing before them. You feel me? So that's something we just have to take into account. We're so behind the 8 ball. Again, you were talking about, oh, people weren't excited for the Lukaku thing. That's at a time where we were in the top 4, finishing in in second place, stuff like that. We finished in 16th. You feel me? Like this is a whole different ball game. So yeah, Ollie Watkins, Premier League proven guy, can score some goals. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Before you go, Stella, one thing I'll say as well, just what we have already, Watkins complements that front three so much. So about time United have looked at their squad and feel like, oh, if we add him, our squad gets better. There's so many times, going back to your point, Estrella, where we just sign individuals.
Right.
And I feel like with the 2 that we have already, you put Watkins there, who, by the way, is probably like it sounds crazy, been like the top 5 strikers in the Prem over the last 3 or 4 years. It sounds mad, but that's if you look at the numbers and the stats.
It doesn't sound mad because there's been a lack of quality strikers in the Premier League for the last 3 to 5 years. A lot of people will tell you that. So,
yeah, exactly. But my point is, I agree with you. He's not top level. But going back to what Temi said, considering where we finished with 15th place, we have never been in this position before. I keep saying this, like money, everything, to a point where Isak's on the market, the hottest striker, we have no saying. When has United have no saying in the market, bro? This is where we're at. So, if you give me a Watkins alongside Mbeumo and Cunha, I'm looking at the fluidity across Europe and what's been happening. I'm okay with that for a year. It's a stopgap. And it allows you, like Saeed said, once if we do finish in the higher and we do get some money again, then we can go and get our big boy. Do you know what I'm saying? Because he's
look at Liverpool, what they're doing. Look at Liverpool, Isak and Ekitike, bro. And you're there moaning about Watkins for the next 2 years, bro. Them man are saying, you know what?
Saeed, I'm not. The thing is,
you're moaning for the sake of moaning,
I'm not looking. Wait, Saeed, I am not looking at Liverpool, Arsenal. Any business that they're doing is intimate.
It's example though. The example you should follow though. That you know what, you don't sit on your laurels. They've gone for a younger striker that could be potential for the future, and they bought in a player that ready right now in his prime, bro. Like United, there's no reason why Man United can't get.
We're not going to do that. This is what I'm saying to you. We're not going to do that.
Says who though? No, but that's what I'm saying. You're dealing with your hypothesis of what could happen and what I'm dealing with.
It's not about hypothesis. I'll be happy to make this bet right now, and I know you can't bet because it's haram. Yeah, one of two things to be right at the same time. My thing is, yes, Ollie Watkins could be a good option for now for the immediate future. No worries. But a consistent theme which we've all known that needs resolving is that midfield. I'm
saying United can do both.
Right now, people forget what we used to play like. That's what it is.
Wait, real quick, quick question. Do you guys realize this debate you're having is proving my initial point that nothing's really changed?
No.
Really changed. You feel me? No. Yeah, you are, because you're going back and forth on. If we sign this guy, we're not gonna get this guy.
No, but that's what I'm. No, but I'm proving that point.
What I'm saying? Like, let me not say you, Saeed, Estrella. Yeah. You feel me? Okay. Let me go, Estrella. You say, if we get this guy, well, we're not gonna be able to. Yeah. We're just proving my point that nothing's changed. Yeah. Like nothing's changed in terms of the way we move. So again,
it's not that we're not gonna get Watkins. To me, I'm saying that if we're gonna, I'm saying we're waiting this long to have got Brian. Yeah. Yes. I'm saying I've named 2 midfielders already that you could get under 40 million. Yeah. Which is Douglas Luiz, and everyone can keep saying, Paulino, he's past it. Brother, those 2 would add legs and would add an extra layer of protection in midfield. Then you could go for a striker.
Whoever you say, you're again, my point. Like, you're right. You're right. Absolutely.
Not. But what I'm saying is this: other people could be like Douglas Luiz. Since he's been at Juve, he's had about 10 injuries or something like that. Hasn't settled. Paulino's falling out of favour in the Bundesliga and ain't been the same. So those could be not viable options. I can hear it. I ain't gonna come to you with other midfielders that are gonna come to this club right now. But I'm saying Ollie Watkins. If we're gonna do the same thing and pontificate for the whole summer and say 60 million is what he is, I think that's stupid.
Okay. I think it's a bad price as well. But say we get him and Douglas Luiz, would you say that would be a decent double signing there? Double signing.
I would say yes, but I already told you coming into the summer window, yeah, I don't really care about incomings. I'll care about the outgoings. That's my main concern. I've always said this.
Okay, so have we moved differently in terms of outgoings?
I'll tell you, we've been verbal diarrhea. We've been a bit more rigid and stiff in the outgoings. Yes.
This window.
I don't believe if INEOS was here, if INEOS didn't come in charge, this is no glazing them. If they didn't come here, I do not think Rashford would have gone. I do not think he would have gone.
Do you realize we've only gotten rid of was it 3 players, right?
I know.
We sold more players last summer.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but they were easy to sell.
We got rid of more players.
Let's be honest, it's true though.
Like
they were easy to sell.
It's just a.
The funny thing is, Rashford hasn't even sold. Rashford has not even been sold. He's been loaned out.
He's been loaned.
Yeah.
Again,
I do expect Garnacho to leave.
Again, that is literally my point. Nothing has really changed. We've loaned out a big money signing before.
The reason why I'm saying things have changed because normally what happens is the manager's backed into a corner and everything he says he has to then go back on his word. He said, "I don't want Rashford." The club backed him. They sent him out. Any other person, that Don's coming back. Sancho didn't get a sniff. Sancho hasn't got a sniff. Garnacho, no sniff. All of this tomfoolery that you're seeing online, wearing other people's shirt, going to wireless, doing all of this stuff, yeah. If this was under different managers, they would be coming with that LV shower bag, yeah, with their boots and shell nose. They would be coming training all smiling with a tan.
I agree.
It's not happened. It has not happened. And for me, that's you can like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of INEOS, but to me, that's change. That is change.
Yeah,
Can't deny it's change.
It's Douglas Luiz deal. He wants to go back to the Premier League this summer. Priority relationship with Juventus has broken down, and he will surely leave. Agent now in Italy discuss option. Shells, man, we've been speaking about this for a while, man. Like, I'm taking him, man. At the start of the window, I was not really feeling it because I was like, could we get better? But like I said, bro, I'd take him, man. Premier League proven. He knows the league. That adaptation period is very, very little. You know what I mean? Bring him in. Still young, 27, man. People forget, man.
25 million euros. Only Everton and West Ham are linked with him, so it makes sense. I'm saying, makes sense.
Yeah.
One thing, I think we'll all agree on this. Douglas Luiz is not only forget the Prem proven titles. Just like when you watch him, when you've been watching him for Aston Villa, the guy is an actual baller. And one thing I'll say about United's midfielders in general, we don't have a midfielder that can play with everyone at a good standard anyway. So if you put Douglas Luiz in, he's accustomed to playing 6 and 8. So you can play him with Bruno, you can play him with Kobe, you can play him with Casemiro, you can play with Ugarte. Whereas Bruno, you can't do that. Kobe, you can't do that. Do you get what I'm saying? You can't play Kobe and Bruno together. It don't work. So I think this is like the perfect signing. It's not going to cost you a lot, even if you do the loan and obligation to Ting. Do you get what I mean? I think this is a no-brainer. You're saying West Ham and thing, bro. I don't. Where else can we look? We got no money.
No. I'm saying those are the only. Sorry, go on.
No. I wasn't disagreeing with you, Estrella. I wasn't calling you out, bro. I'm just saying in general, this is a no-brainer. Like it doesn't.
Yeah, I agree. I actually the only football content that I really consumed this year. Juventus came to DC, so I got to see Douglas Luiz up close in person. He was hooping. Obviously, it was against some Saudi Arabian small team, but he was hooping. He's a good player. He's a really good player. So the injuries is the reality. Like he's a very, very injury-prone player. So we know that.
But this only started when he went to Italy, though.
Huh?
The injuries only got worse when he got to Italy.
Yeah, I mean he had injury issues at Villa too.
He did.
Yeah, so
but
it's like
it wasn't as intense as
that's the real. That's my only concern is like, we probably will have probably 6. I would say 6 to 10 Premier League games where we don't see him. You know what I mean? Which is something. But yeah, bro. It was. I think he's a very good player. There's no arguing this. If he's available, we should go get him. We just need good. Like at this point, we just need good players.
And I just want to say,
we need to start from the baseline of good. Like he's way better than Manuel Ugarte. I don't even think it's a.
No, bro. That's
the different types. And I was gonna say you got that South American energy. Well, that South American connection in the squad. If you bring him in, you got Casemiro.
He is South American this time, man.
And obviously you've got the World Cup coming up. So I'm assuming there's going to be some. Huh?
I'll say the way they're playing, man. It's
more... I'm saying no. As in the chemistry, you got the World Cup coming up. Obviously, my guy's Brazilian, Cunha's Brazilian, Casemiro's Brazilian. they're all going to be trying to get into that Brazilian World Cup team. So I can't lie, it just meshes. It makes sense to get players to not just come.
And also, Casemiro and Douglas Luiz could potentially play in that double pivot in the World Cup. What better feeling for Ancelotti to be like, you know what, man?
If Brazil's starting midfield is Manchester United's midfield, they're screwed. Casemiro's my guy. I rock with Douglas Luiz, but listen, we will be finishing somewhere in that.
They might have played.
I'm not saying like I think it's going to be a good starting team. I'm just talking about if you have that kind of solidarity within a team.
No, I agree. We all agree with that.
You have less of the leaks. You have less of the people going against each other. It's more of a happy vibe. Like I said, the funny thing is, we've talked about striker, we've talked about midfield. We haven't talked about wing backs, and we haven't talked about defense or the goalkeeper. One thing. Tell me, what did I say? And I had one stupid. You were saying, shouting at me, saying I'm a restaurant owner. I do this, I do that. Trying to do self defense for the goalkeeper. Remember, I was screaming. Remember when that netted you? Remember, I was screaming. Remember, I was screaming it. And
let me get netted on team, man.
Is he not a problem now? Is it not a problem now? Is it not a problem? Yes or no?
Oh yeah. Listen, I feel like this is just, again, you're right. I don't know how else to say you're right. Like, I agree with you. We desperately need a keeper. We would do well with some more wing backs, obviously, and we need midfielders. I think our center back. I think we're fine at center back. I think we're fine at center back.
We're fine.
I'm letting you know now. You can't trust Martinez, and when we
you have to pick and choose your battles. You have to pick and choose your battles, bro.
Listen, they've said already we want a 9, a midfielder, and a goalkeeper. So answer for wing backs. Let me land. So answer for wing backs and centre backs, whether we need them or not, we know we're not. You can't address everything in one window. It's not going to happen. So and whether we need them or not, I hear it, but it ain't happening. So it's literally number 9, midfielder, and goalkeeper. That's all we're getting this summer.
And I'm cool with that. But my thing is like still the outgoings. Why is certain man here?
Yeah, I agree. It's gonna take time, bro.
I feel like I'm in a dream or something, bro. I feel like I'm in. Am I tripping?
I know. It's gonna take time, bro. Garnacho. But the thing is, though, you should also not expect these players to be hurrying for a move, because you want it to. Like a lot of these players have been told by Man United, "Yo, you gotta leave." Some of their like their club numbers have been stripped off.
Yeah,
like, let's not
do this before. Never would have seen that before.
And I'm saying to you, like, yo, like you got to remember, as much as I want them out straight away, I have to put myself in the player's position. Be like, why would Garnacho want to leave straight away when he's been told to leave? He's been banished from the squad. He ain't wanted anymore. Why would they want to leave straight away? So it's gonna happen when they want it to happen.
No. Do you know why? You're going into a World Cup year, Pre-season.
Garnacho don't make that squad anyway.
Any player will tell you this. Pre-season is the most important part of before the season starts. If you have a bad pre-season, unless you're like a worldie and your conditioning is crazy, you're gonna start the season poor, and it takes about 3 to 4 months to maybe catch up and adjust. Not for a player like Garnacho. Okay, I think there's certain players that I get it, but with Garnacho, I can just tell like he's normally kind of like. I don't personally think so. I
don't think it would be a fitness issue for Garnacho. I think he'd get in there.
It's not even a fitness issue. It's just about getting up the pace with the rhythm. Because depending on where he goes, if he goes Chelsea, I don't see him starting there. If he goes Villa, there's competition maybe. Like
Chelsea is still after him, man. I don't know. For me, I just don't see Chelsea going in for him if they're going for Xavi Simons. I don't get where this idea that they're getting Xavi Simons and
I don't think Xavi Simons. I don't think he goes.
No, he will go. He will go.
Personal terms. He's agreed personal terms.
Personal terms.
That is for certain.
They're gonna get him. So I don't know where he's thinking he's going. Villa seems the sensible option. If we can do a deal with Villa that includes Garnacho with Watkins,
you can't call the immortalization. You can't. It's the whole reason we still got Garnacho is
do a separate deal. Do a separate deal then, innit? And just use that kind of Villa. Let's see what they're on in it. If they want a player, let's see if they're on it, bro. But he's got to go somewhere.
He's got to go Villa. I'll take Watkins and Jacob Ramsey off the minute. That's what I said. That Jacob Ramsey
hype, man. I can't lie.
No. No one should be shaking their head at that. I'm telling you that Jacob Ramsey are definitely.
Not the same player anymore, man. I can't lie to you, bro.
I'll take him.
Not the same player, man. Not the same
Can I ask
player.
you guys a question quickly? Can I ask you guys a question?
Yeah,
Remember when we did a stream not long ago, and I said to you that what United have done with our players that are this mafia, these what are they called? Big Five. What are they called that we've got rid of?
Yeah, they called us something.
I told you it's going to be harder for us now that we've labelled these players. No one wanted to agree at the time. It's good. It's all good letting people know for the sell, but I just feel like the way we've treated them, the way it's just constantly in and the way it's just been going back and forth, whether we've done wrong or they've done wrong, it's just been out in the media and everyone knows about it. Do you get what I'm saying? Now I feel like that's where we're in a position now where I feel with the bomb squad. Yeah, like what are we doing here?
Wait, what is Chelsea, this? Wait, I've been off social. Help me out, bro. Help me out.
So basically, the 5 players that we want to get rid of, have been labelled the bomb squad or whatever that. Do you get what I'm saying? Okay, and what I'm saying is,
who is it? It's Garnacho, Rashford, Hoyland,
yeah,
Malacia.
Okay. At no other club this happens. When players want to go, they just want to go. At United, there's a circus, and I told you guys, you don't give yourself no leverage when you label players like this. No one's saying don't get rid of them, but the way we go back and forth in the media and we ridicule them, it decreases the value. You put yourself at a disadvantage, bro. And this is what we're seeing.
I don't think so. The only person that's put themselves at a disadvantage. No, the only person that's actually probably done it is Rashford. And maybe Garnacho, but like you could argue Chelsea, Sterling. What did they do?
I'm saying
when Maresco came, he goes, there's plan A and there's squad A and squad B. If you're squad A, you're only with me. Squad B, go fuck off there. Excuse my French. But they sat Sterling in there, but yeah, he still got shifted. People call him Madueke crap. He still got shifted.
Madueke was playing. He was still in the squad. He was training. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, he was still playing.
Garnacho was playing.
He's not playing no more. He's on squad. He's labelled out. He doesn't come Carrington unless he's training by himself. I'm just saying. What I'm saying is, I'm not saying we're wrong because about time United show Rufus is. I'm just saying it hasn't given us no leverage labelling them and going back and forth and constantly in the media. I said it's going to happen. We've given ourselves no leverage. We can't go and demand what we want to demand for Garnacho because we know there's an attitude problem. Amarin has banished him to a point where there's no return. That's my point. We let it get too bad. That's all I'm saying. There's nothing wrong with man. Go on.
I understand what you're saying, but regardless of the situation, it doesn't matter. It's down to the club's negotiators to get the price. They can say that. Even if you're buying a house and it's got bare Japanese knotweed over it, but once you get rid of it, the price is going to influx. That's crazy. You can't now come to me and be like, it's got Japanese, going to cost me this. I'm going to try to, bro. If I'm stronger, if I'm willing stronger, I'm going to be like, no, give me this, or you're not getting it, or I'll wait.
Okay, cool. Estella, just on your point, you said not getting it. Exactly. If you not get it, there's no reintegration within our squad. Do you get it?
Learn him out. He's 21.
That's my point. That's my whole point. We've lost leverage, bro.
But I think there's still right way of telling someone they got to leave though as well.
Yes, that's my point.
There's a right way of handling it, but I'm getting tired of this because I'm scared that if he goes and doesn't do well or whatever, we're gonna. Bro,
I agree.
When I said loan him on your stream, everyone was like, he's waffling. I said he's only like 22, 23. Tell me, you remember this? And I said, bro, loan him, don't sell him, because people are saying, sell him for 20 million or 10 million and a packet of quavers or something. And I said, are you crazy? Doesn't make sense. Loan him out.
How much do you think somebody will pay for him now?
Somebody now, it's because of his wages. Me personally, I think 30 to 40 million. What he done in the league?
I don't think the price has shifted that much since he's
for what he done in the league. I would say 30 to 40 million. And you got to remember, to me, his situation is different because we acquired him for 90 million, and the media in this country bombarded him as the worst signing of United. The fans totally chimed in as well. Whereas Garnacho, people rose on a high from that bicycle kick, winning the Puskás Award, all of that stuff. And it's only towards the end of the season when he got left out the final, whatever, did all of this start bubbling up. So I think their projections are too different. And especially he's only 21. Anthony's at 24, 25 now? So
25, yeah.
You could still learn up Garnacho, and even if he doesn't do that well, he'd come back and then, okay, cool, then take it. I'm not saying take it now, though. Pause. I'm not saying to get lowballed now and just accept it. When you could loan him out, potentially do well, and now we get an increased value, or he doesn't do that well, and you'll still sell him for the same amount anyway.
But honestly, for me,
this mathematics is making my brain hurt, bro. I don't think any. I'm gonna be so real, bro. I don't think any of that is happening, bro. His wages are too high. Like I don't think anyone, like. Okay, we got to think of we've all. I'm sure we've all done business before.
Garnacho's on 50K by the way, Tim. Before you start, he's on 50K.
Sorry,
Garnacho was on 50K before you start. Just to
no. Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking about Anthony. Sorry, forgive me. I thought you were talking about. Oh, you were though. You were at a point, but
Anthony's on Anthony's on max 200 if I recall. Maybe 100.
That's a lot of money. I think the issue is like we are when you keep digging a hole for yourself in business. It doesn't get better. We've all done business before, bro. When the person who you're doing business with knows they have leverage, why would they ever like budge? How we create leverage is by playing good football. How do you play good football? Or how do you improve from where we were before under, let's just use Ten Hag as an example. You need a better coach. Like all of this stuff we're doing with this person played well over here, and now his value is going like that's not really because at the end of the day, our business partners always have leverage. That's the issue, and that's not changing unless you are proactive, right? You make people have to see that you're. That's why I don't think things have changed that much, because I think people have to, in order for you to do better, people have to see that you have a different urgency level. I don't think the urgency level is any different. And that's why I think we're doing all this math like, oh yeah, well, Garnacho played all season. He's done this and this and this. He's this age. So we should be expecting this. It's like, it doesn't work that way for us, at least. We've been better. We've had way better seasons under the Glazers. We have, won Europa League.
Yeah, 100%, bro.
We were still getting rubbished in negotiations.
Yeah.
Like, this is a way worse position.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like for me, it's like with this negotiation with Garnacho, you're gonna have to meet the person in the middle, man, and you're gonna have to say, you know what, 45 million, 40 million around there. Because United have dragged it on. United probably could have got start the window, maybe 60, 50-60 million, but because it's dragged on now and it's coming towards the end of not end of the window, but just in terms of the season is 3 weeks away. You got to now maybe say, you know what, we're going to have to take a 45 million, 40 million bid and move on. Everyone moves on because at the end of the day, time is not on our side, bro. And we want to reinvest the money that we think we can go and get with him.
Just to finish on my point, just what you said, Saeed. In January, how much did Napoli want Garnacho for?
60.
Bro, you know what? It was a lot of money, but the thing is, his wages were he was demanding a lot of wages,
Fair enough. Right, cool. So the base fee was at least 50-60 million, right?
Yeah. I think 55 million euros. Was 55 million euros. 40 something million. That's what they wanted to pay.
So this is what I'm saying now. I think the price we're gonna get is lower than that.
Well, there you go. 100%. Are you mad?
Oh, and that's my point. When you put yourself in these positions, I'm not saying it's wrong to get people out. I'm just saying there's a way that we've done it. It's not the greatest. And this is why we've got no leverage in our business, because you can still have leverage even if a player wants gone. But when there's so much mix-up in the media and we're going back and forth, this is what position you leave yourself in.
I agree.
Can I ask the panel in the chat a question, yeah? Does anyone actually miss being a football fan? Because for the last 10 years, it is only this club, Manchester United, where you're a banker, you're a lawyer, financial advisor, manager, a coach. Other teams don't have to go through all of this, They just talk about ball, like
but then you're kind of contradicting yourself though, because you were basically pocket watching before about
No. Do you know? Is that this is what the club has forced us to be? I miss the days of turning on TV and thinking, I wonder what lineup he's gonna go with today, and then
I agree.
And then I'm saying, Michael Owen, he's bringing on Michael Owen, and then he scores against City last minute, like the literally last minute of the game. I'm thinking, I'm getting excited. Now it's this guy hasn't played. I'm thinking, is he going to do an Insta post? Like, bro, I'm tired.
Tribalism.
You know what, bro? I had to make myself miss football. That's why I've been so out. Like, I purposely took this summer and said, honestly, I'm not consuming football content. I'm not consuming football media because there was a level of burn. So shout out to the content creators that have been doing their thing. I got to give all y'all your love, because I needed a mental I can't be around this club. Honestly, what made me get excited again was going to see Juventus. But I'm like, damn, I do miss football, bro. I really I miss football. I might be going to the United West Ham game. I'm going to be in New York, so I'm trying to get a ticket. That it's gonna be in Jersey, but I'm gonna be in the New York proper area. So like
I agree with you.
Maybe
I agree with you though. Like,
yeah, bro. So maybe I see that game, I'll get but I'm not like, I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna just be I'm not excited for this season. Like, I'm not excited. As soon as we said, oh, Amarim's staying, I said, bro, this season's a wrap. Like, he's gonna get sacked midway, and we're all gonna be in the same place thinking, why did we keep him? Like, it's just a tough thing.
We have to find the best preparation. If we get Watkins, I'm just giving you a hypothetical. Watkins, Douglas Luiz, we've got Mbumo, we've got Cunha, we go and get a goalkeeper. Where do you think Temi then United could finish?
Anywhere between 7th and 11th. That would be
that goalkeeper that we get. Sorry, it's not going to be a first. Just to let you know, that goalkeeper that we get will not be there to push out Onana. It will be a young and up and coming one that's less than 20 million. Just to let you know.
Yeah.
If we're spunking 60 million on Watkins, that's it. And then maybe they can get in this deal with obligation to buy with Douglas Luiz. Maybe if not, they'll find another midfielder who's kind of like, who's got enough seniority to people won't be raising up questions like a Matic or something in that type of mode. I'm guessing. I don't personally think this team. Do you know what it is? I'm not looking at the signings. I'm saying this season the manager's actual job will have to be tested. So like I don't think they backed him. I don't think they backed him. But this is what they probably brought you in for. It's that you're going to be.
Wait. Quick question. Let's just how do I word this? If we're moving, let's just say let's say I agree with you and say we're moving differently, right? Yeah. We're selling differently. We're buying different. Let's say we end up with 5 to 6 signings. Well, I think we've already signed 4 people, but 2 of them are kind of just like you
keep saying the second signing, by the way. I hope you're not counting Leon.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that I'm not including them. Like they're signings, but they're not. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not.
Yeah. Get what you mean.
So let's say we sign 3 more legitimate players that we feel like, okay, these people can contribute. That's 5 signings. That's pretty much the amount of signings we make every summer. You feel me? We're not ever making 9 to 10 or 8 to 8 signings.
These are better quality signings, though.
So stick with me. Let's just say I agree with you. Let's just say I 100% agree with you. How can we say he hasn't been backed if that's the case?
Oh no. It's not a question of being backed. 100%.
Well, that's what Estrella was saying.
You can't say he's been backed. Okay, I can tell you how.
I'm asking you, like, if we start players, they're profile.
And I'll tell you. I will say a Leon, an unproven and unknown entity in Leon is not backing your manager.
So exclude them.
He excluded it.
I'm saying the 2 players. Real quick. I have to provide the context because it'll be irrelevant if we don't do that.
That's fine.
The 2 players excluded. The 2 players that we don't know anything about excluded. Let's say we signed 3 more players off of that, right? So we have 5 players that we are solidified players that we know of, that we trust. Has he been back then? Would you say he's been back at that point?
No,
I think we'll sign 3 more. I think we'll make 3 more signings.
No. Do you know what it is? If we get those 5 signings in here, I'm not going to see it as backing because at the start of this window, I would never have envisioned me saying Watkins and whoever comes in at this point now, to me, it's going to come across as a panic buy. That's not backing. Like, what would you know what it is? Imagine you was getting rushed right now, yeah, and I was with you from the start. You was getting fists up, and then bare of our friends have now come, and then I now jump in and start banging everyone else that was on you. Can you then say that I fully backed you? You get what I'm trying to say? It's kind of a thing where it's like
I feel like you're conflicting your logic when you do this. Like, are you following me?
It's not because it's half-hearted. You're saying because we got 5 players in there, we all kind of say, yeah, we're all right with you. That's.
No, I'm asking you. I'm just asking you.
I don't think so because the manager came out himself and
said, "Wait, we're different."
The guy who
say we're different. We're moving differently if he's not being backed. Are you seeing? Guys, am I tripping? Are you seeing the conflict here?
Let me.
Are y'all following me?
No, I'm with you.
Let me say my point. Yeah, the guy who done the acquisition of the 25%, he done our own interview saying that this is probably one of the worst, or if not the worst, Manchester United squad in years. Yeah, and he thinks Amrin is doing pretty well with the players he's got. Everyone can tap in the Sir Jim Ratcliffe interview where he says that. He's online saying that. Yeah. He said that it needs a whole revamp of the squad. If they've only given him 5. And you're saying out of the 5, 2 of them already done last season. One of them is another kid, and then the one is Ollie Watkins. Brian and Cunha, cool, I'll give you that. But the striker, not sure. And then who else? An unproven goalkeeper and a backup centre mid. To me, that's not
so seven signings. So seven signings. So seven
the whole
players
needs to be done.
I mean, you know what's bad as well, yeah. You know why
it's not
he's got that situation, by the way, that he shouldn't be back. By the way, it's a conversation we could have easily, but he hasn't proven that he can improve players. And I'm sorry, if you can't prove
Saeed. No, he hasn't. Stop that.
No. Not here.
Stop it. I'm not letting you do that. He hasn't proven he can improve anybody.
Tell me.
Name the players improved.
Who's improved?
Wait. I wasn't talking about who's improved. I just said, wait. When we acquired his services to be Manchester United manager, we went around 5 different managers around the world. These men went for. They elongated this process for ages, yeah. Then they finally said, "That's our guy. That's our guy." So regardless of what me, you, and these men think, yeah, they scouted him for a reason. So it's for them to go and back that guy because the people when they got rid of Eric Ten Hag.
You have asked my question.
No, I never said he's improved anybody because
that's my point.
Eric Ten Hag, who did he improve? Mourinho, who did he improve? Van Gaal, who did he improve?
No. That's besides the point. I'm asking you.
No. Because you know, I hate this argument. I hate this argument when it's like, the manager comes in, don't do well, the people don't improve, and it's the manager's fault.
Who did Van Gaal improve? Is that a serious question?
No. If you let me finish,
Sarah, can I ask you a question just quickly? Yeah. Just sorry to interrupt you, but look, if you get Watkins, Cunha, and Burmo, them man are top 10 top scorers. That's 50. I think that's 51 goals between the three of them. How is that not being backed? What? And also, you wanted to get rid of Rashford. You wanted to get rid of Garnacho. You wanted to get rid of.
I didn't want to get rid of Garnacho.
No, not you. Amarin.
Oh, sorry.
You definitely,
All of this stuff is him being backed. Whether we think these men are not the caliber, whatever, you got to remember we finished 15th. He's culpable of us. He's one of the reasons we finished 15th. Our target's mad.
You might forget what happened last season.
What's that?
You might forget what actually happened last season as to why we finished 15th.
I'm not saying he's the main reason. I'm just saying he's part of the culture.
No, he's 100% part of the reason. But do you know why we finished 15th though?
Go on, you tell me.
These men took long to sack somebody, which they sacked halfway through the window. Yeah. Then they brought one signing in January in Patrick Dorey.
When do we ever sign more than 1 or 2 players in January? Why are we doing this?
Tell me, stop. Let me finish my point. You brought in one unproven person from another league for the manager who plays a completely whole different type of football, and then he's stuck into his gun saying, "I am not changing this. I'm not going to change or do anything."
That's a bad thing, by the way.
Because that's how all the other managers got sacked. Yeah. And then you're wondering, all these players who have played under different managers who've had the style of football, when they try to
15th though.
When they try to,
you're my guy, but I have never seen anyone contradict themselves in a stream more than today.
No, I'm not having this because you're just going to keep interrupting. Let me just land the plane.
Okay.
I don't see why it's fair at United when we hire managers who play a certain type of football. They try to implement it. The players can't do it, and then you say adapt to the players. You never asked Klopp or Pep to keep continuously adapting to the players. If these men have shown you that they're a bag of crap for 1, 2, 3, 4 different managers, why is it now down for the 5th manager to get the best out of her? If you're a run-through hole, why is it for me to then come save you and make you a wife? It doesn't make sense. It does not.
Because you know what? This guy, them managers never finished 15th though. This is a big kind of like. Come on, hold on a minute. You could argue the other managers, you know what? Ollie, Mourinho, they finished in respectable decision.
It's not respectable. Seko's not respectable when Man City won the league by how many points?
No. Now you change the goal.
You're going, Australia. I think you're veering too far. I think we need to get, real quick. I feel like we need to get back to the root of what we were talking about.
Yes.
I'm gonna let me land this. I feel like you are contradicting yourself, Australia. I'm going to explain to you how. You're saying that you don't feel like, based on what the scenario I painted, you're saying that doesn't mean backing, right? But in the same breath, you're saying that INEOS is moving differently than the Glazers are moving. So it cannot be both. It cannot be. It literally.
Two things can be right at the same time, Tammy. Two things can be right at the same time.
Sorry?
2 things can be right at the same time. It's not contradiction. I said 2 things can be right at the same time. Under the Glazers, I've made it very clear. Rashford would not have been sent out on loan. These players would have been coming back into training, and everything would have been fine, and they would have been forced back into the squad. The fact that
Amarin's decision. That's
It's
Amarin's
joint.
decision.
It's joint. Everything to stop doing
Okay,
this.
okay, whether
Amarin.
it's-
It's joint.
Whether
It's
it's joint
joint.
or not, whether it's
It's
joint or
joint.
not, whether it's
Everyone's
joint
the
or
one
not,
who started it.
yes, 100%. Because if Amarin fancied Rashford, he would still be here.
Be
Yes or
here.
no?
Exactly. He'd
I don't
still be
buy-
here.
We have a sporting director. These decisions are joint. They want to get rid of the highest earners. What are we doing here?
Oh.
This is
I
this is
agree to that.
Are you not seeing how you're
I'm still-
contradicting yourself?
it's
How are you
still-
not
it's
seeing
still-
this?
Yeah, it's still
wasn't
not
trying-
just the club, bro. It's just still not. It's still Amarin. That's him being backed, bro. That's still him being backed.
That's him being back.
Garnacho is
I
not
don't
a
want
high
to see
earner. Garnacho is not a high earner. He's on the bomb squad. That's
He's
him
on
being
50
backed.
grand a week, 50 grand a week.
I
Yeah.
don't see what, like, I just don't get it. Like, my issue, like, again,
You know,
wait, real
he
quick,
does
Estella,
something
real quick. Again, I'm gonna say this: if you feel like this manager is not being backed or whatever the case may be, you can't in the same breath say that, oh, things are different now, where we're moving differently or whatever the case may be.
I never said that. I just said his things are different.
Never said we're moving differently. We're moving differently.
Me and Cass specifically said things are different from under the Glazers. That's what I said, and I gave you examples.
Again,
I gave you examples.
with the logic that you're using of saying that he's not being backed.
You're moving the goalpost now. I was talking about a different topic when I said he's not being backed. I've said
buzzword now, guys. We use.
No. Thank God that things are recorded because you're moving the goalpost. I've said specifically that things are different under INEOS than they were Glazers. I said it's not completely different, but things are different. Things that are happening right now.
Basically, he's exaggerating your point. He's exaggerating.
I said things that would have never have happened under if INEOS was not here. And I gave you prime example. Stuff about Rashford. I've seen under the Glazers, a manager comes out and talks about him. Next press conference, you're apologizing. You get frozen out. You then get forced to be playing back in the squad. He's made it very clear he doesn't want him. They forced their man out. These are things that I haven't seen before. The only different element is INEOS. So I'm gonna say, okay, that's some of the good things that you've done then.
Yeah.
Was it sorry?
How's that not him being backed? If you just said he wanted them,
if I look at it by being fully backed, me seeing someone fully backed.
You don't see managers get fully backed though.
Somebody help me.
I can't lie. Most managers, when their sporting director comes out in May and goes, we've methodically thought about this summer window and we've got A, B, and D plans. It doesn't matter what happens. And then you're only still getting you're only thinking about getting a striker in now, which you've known about. You need a striker since last year.
That's the position we finished in now as well. As a reason why.
Omar Barada came out in May, the 25th of May. Go look at his interview. He said,
I know. I see the interview.
Different. It doesn't matter if we win or we lose the Europa League. They have thought out the summer window methodically. So that means they have plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D.
I hear that.
Estrella, real quick. So I just want to hear. I just want to hear this one more time. If we make 5 to 7 signings this summer, that won't count as backing. I want to hear.
It's not just the signings for me, as I call it back, and I keep telling you this. It's not just the signings because Eric Ten Hag got back.
Okay,
Mourinho got back there.
I'm
talking about
the ability of the manager. Then
I'm strictly talking about impact on the season. Obviously,
if you're talking about signings, impact on the season. If you're talking about signings to me, I agree with you. I'm talking about the whole of it as a whole. Because
are you saying selling players? Are you saying selling players? You're saying selling players as well, right?
Yeah, getting rid of players. Not getting players.
You literally said earlier that we're moving differently in the way we sell players. So,
when did I say this?
You didn't say that? Am I tripping?
This is recorded. When did I say this?
You literally just referenced Marcus Rashford as an example.
You're misconflating the two. I literally said this, and I'll say this again for verbatim. Yeah, you said to us, you came on stream saying, you came on stream saying, this nothing has changed. I need to rub my eyes. We're still taking long doing deals. Blah blah blah. Nothing has changed. And me and Kaz literally said to you, things have changed. But it's not like, things have changed and we're all happy running for things. But you've got to acknowledge things have changed. And I gave you an example A and I gave you example B. I gave you the Rashford example. You're still trying to dance around this. I said Rashford's not coming back. He didn't come back. Yeah? We've seen under different managers and under different management that the guy would come back.
So we're screwed regardless. We're screwed.
It's not about we're screwed regardless. I'm just saying
that's what I'm hearing. We're screwed. Because if we sign 5 to 7 players, we get rid of 3 to 5. That's not backing. Because that's what's going to happen. That is what will happen this summer. We will sign 5 to 7 players. We'll probably get rid of 5 to 7
common denominator is the manager, really, though. This is the problem, though. We're never going to find a manager that's going to be fully backed 1 to 11. You're gonna
I don't
see.
know. Listen, there's no manager in his that gets fully back. I mean, we're seeing some. You know why? What's his name is getting back?
Last year they had nothing.
Liverpool's man, his name just eluded me.
Slot, yeah,
Slot. You know why he's getting these?
He didn't spend a single.
He proved himself. Arne Slot. Wait, no. Let me land this. I have to land this. You know why Arne Slot's being back this year? Because he proved himself last year.
Yeah,
he made one signing last year, and the signing.
Bro, this is what I'm talking about. Why are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
Tell me. Wait. What's this?
How you disagree with that point?
Wait. Watch this. Tell me, the team that Klopp left Arne Slot, they were trying to win a fucking quadruple.
What?
The team that fucking Amrin's inherited is one of the worst teams. You didn't. No. You men are laughing like.
Bro, he was a new man. He's a new manager in a new league and got no signings of note. What are we talking about?
Girls, can you chime in? You can at least see where I'm coming from.
Well, one thing I'll say about Estrella, I agree with you in the sense where the squad that Liverpool inherited was a good squad. Let's be real. However, and you're right in the sense that season. Remember, Liverpool fans were talking up quadruple. So
they were. It's fine. That's
wait. But let me land. I agree with you, Temi. No one thought Liverpool, regardless of what squad he inherited, no one thought Liverpool were going to win the league. No one.
Of course.
And exactly. So what we're saying is, for a manager to be.
So what do you mean by that?
No one thought Liverpool was going to win the league last year. No one.
For a manager to walk into the Premier League, never coached in the Premier League, was coaching in Netherlands. I don't care how good the squad is.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't like this. This squad wasn't winning the Premier League.
I'm sorry. That's blasphemy. I'm sorry to hear this.
You're saying Slot. When Slot was appointed, Liverpool were favourites to win the title.
No, I'm saying this at the start of the season. You would put Liverpool, Man City, and Arsenal to be favourites to win the league.
Yeah, but I didn't.
This is my point. I want you to listen to Kevin, and this will be condescending. I'm saying, Slot what he done winning the league in his first season. Round of applause. Nobody could probably guessed it. But I'm saying, if you're inheriting a team that was almost winning, that was saying that they're going to win the quadruple the previous season, I would think they wouldn't be that far off trying to challenge again. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
That wasn't the point, though. That wasn't the point.
No. It's not like that wasn't the point. That's what I said. That's what I said from the get-go, and people wanted to try and remix it. That's my original point. I don't like when I say something and someone wants to get emotional and change it. That's exactly what I meant.
That's exactly what it was, bro.
I feel like this is so.
And it won the league, though.
The reason
that enhanced the club's kind of almost thought process. Yo, we need to back this guy even more, man.
That's the point I'm trying to make.
I'm saying, regardless of backing the manager, is a different situation. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's a different situation, bro.
You're creating your own scenario, bro.
Thank you.
It's not.
You're clever. You know what it is. This way, guys. For those that don't know,
wait, real quick. That's who's done that outside of
man.
Like this. Mourinho made signings. Like Mourinho made signings and won a league title, but this guy made no real sign. What's his name? Chiesa. Cool. He didn't play. He was injured all season. No.
By the way, this point is null and valid. You know why this point is null and void? Yeah, it's because a manager still has to show
improve the squad.
Yes,
110%. But Saeed, do you know what I'm getting tired of? The same players that have been here for years, we keep saying the manager has to do it. If the players are consistently showing you that their man are not coachable, it's not the manager, bro.
No.
And you just caught. Wait. He just caught himself in a trap. These same players you're talking about, a lot of them have finished in second place. A lot of them have finished in the Europa League. A lot of them have won FA Cups. A lot of them
how? Tell me how.
Wait. Let me land. You just caught yourself. You just put yourself in a trap.
Okay, cool.
These players have played better under different managers. They've proven that they can do. They've proven that they can make the top four. They've proven that they can win trophies. And when this manager came in, he took them from 11th to 15th. No one. I promise you, if any of us had a crystal ball and known that Ruben.
By the way, he's not saying that he believes in his players. By the way,
we would not have signed him. That is by the way,
That's
not anybody.
To his point, by the way, I don't think Temi and I think we rate half of his players. I don't rate half of his players, by the way.
I know you don't.
What I will say though is there is no way, there is no justification For you, hold on a minute. For you to not show a level of coaching, to not only adapt to the player's ability, improve them, and get consistent results. There is no justification. Whether you think they have been bad before,
are international.
Can I explain?
You know what's so funny about this? Most of our players are playing at the highest level internationally.
Saeed, can I rebut my point, please?
Yeah, let him rebut.
The players that you're talking about have won Europa Leagues, FA Cup, and Carabao Cups. Yeah, I just have to all out easily just to nullify it. How did they win those things? Because if I remember consistently, we acquired the manager at the start to implement their own stylistic way of playing football. These players can't do it, so they revert back to an easy, comfortable situation where how they're happily playing, which is sitting back and countering. That's how, and that is how we've gone on to win certain. I'm finishing my point, please.
Louis Van Gaal changed his style of play. Louis Van Gaal changed his style of play.
Let me finish my point, please. Let me finish my point. And I'm not going to go back more than 5. I'm not going back all thingies to prove your point. I'm doing something of recency within the last 2
go for it.
Yeah, cool. What they've done is they reverted back to a comfortability type of football for them to then go on and win these trophies. But the same thing United fans seem to have their models in a twist is they go, I want to see an attractive style of football. I want to see a style of football. The manager comes here, wants to try and implement it, and the players can't do it. So what happens? Everyone gets angry and goes, oh, we're playing so dead, revert back to what's comfortable for these players. And then they can go on and do something. So this is what I'm trying to say. It's not conducive. If this was Man City, Pep goes, go away. Klopp, he started getting rid of Ricky Lambert and them, man. He didn't have to keep playing with them. Yeah. But instead, every manager that comes here has to use the previous predecessors that fell there in terms of management, in terms of players. Only at United they do this.
I agree.
Go on, Charles.
You go say, sorry, bro. You go first.
What I was saying is, you still haven't answered my point, though. You went back to the cup competition, which I knew you were going to do, because you're a very, very good deflector. My point is, you still haven't answered to me in terms of why can't we see some base level of improvement, bro? Like we've seen with these guys that have come in, like Vitor Pereira, David Moyes. In that area now, I need to see that in the dark moments here, before you get all the backing, I need to see in them dark moments here, ability for you to show level of basic coaching, bro. I need to see that. I need to. Regardless of what you think of the players, I need to see a base level of coaching.
I think that's mad disingenuous to compare David Moyes or anyone else going into a lower league.
Why is it? It's coaching.
It's coaching. It's literally just coaching. Coaching. I have to stop you, bro. Because this is you're just. I have to stop you.
Not so far.
It doesn't matter where you evaluate a team based on where they are. When West Ham sacked their previous manager and hired David Moyes, they were in a bad position. He took them and raised them to level. When Emery replaced Steven Gerrard, he took them to a different level with the same group of players before a transfer window. He improved them. We've seen multiple examples of coaches. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, for crying out loud, came for whatever it's worth, came into our club and gave us a little bounce.
Where's he now? Where's he now?
That's an irrelevant point. That's an irrelevant point. What I'm saying.
This is why I can't argue. This is why I can't argue with man like this. This is why I can't argue with man like this. It's crazy.
Estrella, you know what that's called in an argument? That's called a red herring.
No, it's not called a red herring. No.
That's a red herring. Does not matter.
A red herring is to distract you from the actual.
That's literally what you just did.
No. This is what I'm. No.
Where is he now? How does that matter to what I'm talking about?
Let me finish. No.
LVG should be sacked by United. No. We're going back to history. Should LVG have been sacked by United?
Yes, it was boring football. It was boring football, and I didn't want to watch it.
Did LVG improve players? Did LVG improve players?
Saeed, I'm going to ask you again because you are on YouTube. You're on YouTube yourself doing this, brother. Yeah. It was boring football.
For me though, listen to me. It wasn't a sackable offense at that point where he was. I remember that time. He was building something. He won the FA Cup. He did one more year to get his own players in, but he didn't. You're doing this whole approach now. We can talk fucking history.
From one abusive relationship to another and forget about all the bad things that happened, bro. Van Gaal's army, bro. It was boring football. Regardless of what you said to me, it was boring.
You're bringing up situations, and I'm telling you, I'm not changing the history. It happened. You moved on. Same with Ollie. He hasn't got a job, fair enough, but it's besides the. there was another point, by the way, that I want to mention. Yeah,
he's got a job. He's coaching in Turkey. He's coaching in Turkey.
Let me just read this point here. Someone said to me about here short-term results, brother. When you're in the rot you're in, yeah. I'm sorry, it is short-term results to get you back.
If we had maintained, even if we had stayed at 11th place, I'd have been like, you know what? I get it. Like, if we had stayed in that like 11th, 10th, 9th, I wouldn't even be saying any of this. It's because we dropped so far down the.
You don't realize you finished 15th, bro.
Like, are we? Is this where we are now? Where we're saying that? Oh well.
Can I say something before you go again? Can I say something?
Let Charles go.
I agree with Estrella to an extent. What he's saying is not crazy in the sense where we've done this with previous managers where we've told them to change their style or change certain things. I get what you're saying, bro. I get what you're saying in terms of that. But my point is, I'm with these guys in a sense where I'm renewed the situation he was coming into. The same way INEOS knew the situation they were coming into, right? Before you sign a contract, you know what you're getting into.
Yeah.
All I'm asking for the manager to do the basics of coaching. I'm not saying go and win every single game. I'm just saying respect yourself. Respectfully, we're getting slapped about. I do a podcast with my other guy. My man said OT is now OF, Only Fan Stadium, because we were getting disrespected at every game, bro. I'm just saying the manager, regardless of how shit the players are, has a level and he has a job to do. And his job is to do his coach. The fact that we slipped down to 15th is mind-blowing. Unacceptable. I'm with you. It's gonna take a while to get to a higher place and play consistent football. I get that. But the basis of football and coaching, you have a job to do. And he's not doing that. And that's the point.
He should have. The second that he lost to Spurs in a final, there is the fact that honestly, INEOS out for that. I just thought about that because I'm pissed off again. The fact that we let this guy stay in a job after losing in a final to Tottenham Hotspur. What are we doing?
Charles, can I just quickly add on what you're saying? Yeah, you know what? How you said you see my point and you agree with me. I'm not saying I don't have standards for this club because we all know I love this club to death, innit?
Yeah.
My thing is, I don't understand why people want to say it's like doing recovery or if you do like therapy or whatever. Yeah, you can't jump into it thinking, yeah, I want to change, I want to do all of this, and because it's a bit harder than you thought it was, you don't want to then just pivot off. You're never ever going to see anything through in life if you keep doing that. For how long have we said we want a style of play of football? The managers come in. Wait. The managers come in. He should be able to get a level of. I think we should have finished higher than 15th. But from what I've seen 3 different managers in the last 5 years, or 6 years roughly, try to implement a style of football. And for whatever reason, these players just can't do it. And these are not all media managers or guys that have worked in football that are just a nobody. These are somebodies. These a Ragnick, a Mourinho, not Van Gaal. But you know what I'm talking about anyway. I'm saying in general, I've had team managers come in, try to implement this style of football, and these players don't want to do it. Like they might do it for a little bit, then they revert back to type and they go, I can only do it this way.
You're right. You're right. You're wrong.
Sometimes in life, you have to stay consistent, even though it looks hopeless for a while. Yeah.
Nope, I disagree.
You can say, and you know what is? Well, everything that you use right now, yeah, started off like this. Even this platform on YouTube started off like this. There wasn't a thing where they started making millions straight away and it clicked straight away. Sometimes
you can't compare YouTube to a football club, buddy. There's no like. I mean, I guess you could lose subscribers.
I've heard Ragnick's TED talks, and he's also said this as well. If you're trying to implement a style, yeah, you don't just switch at the first hurdle. You keep doing it and drumming into them where the players know. Wait. The players know there's no leeway. It's the same thing Mourinho done. If you look at him when he was at Inter Milan, when players thought they could come take the piss at Zlatan, he thought he could go out partying and then want to dip halfway through. He's like, no, I'm playing you to the end. He will do that so everyone knows. Can I ask you a question,
Strella? What's the least you expect from a manager?
That's a silly question. To do your job, what you're employed to do.
Brother, it's no. Forget that. I want you to break it down for what do you expect least from your manager? For me, give me an example.
To be able to coach, to just to coach the players and see a level playing style, yeah. But at United, it's not the same, so it's not fair. So when you say no,
here we go.
It's not deviating. Saeed, this is not deviating. Wait. How many interviews do you want my man to do? How many file put-outs do you want him to do? And also coach as well. If you're just a coach, just be the coach. But at United, Mourinho said himself, you're not just a coach. When everyone says all of this stuff, yeah, it's like people are doing revisionism. You forget this mitigating factors. That's the reason why I've got a level of grace for him.
Estrella, let me real quick.
Go on.
Sorry, I was gonna say, Estrella, let me tell you where you're right and where you're wrong. You're right in the fact that there's been managers who have tried to implement a style of play and it hasn't worked out. That's 100% true. But there was still a baseline level. Even with those managers, when it didn't work out, we weren't finishing in fucking 15th. You feel me? Like, even with real quick, even with Ragnick, the second half of that season, I think we finished 7th that season, right? Like, and I think we finished 7th, right? With
Ronaldo, Sancho,
whatever. I agree to your point. You are right that yes, there's people who haven't implemented a style of a lot of managers haven't implemented a style of play, but it hasn't. It's never been this 15th. Bad. It's never been 15th. And let me tell you something. People are saying, "Oh, real quick. You guys said it earlier. Oh, well, we're not signing players for the manager anymore, or something along those lines. If there's any manager that we need to do that for, it's this manager because he has the most artistic, weird formation we've ever seen. If there's one manager we're going to do that for, it should be this one.
You know what's bad? Did you see that?
Wait, another thing. One last thing, I'll let you go. We're talking about, oh, these players can't fit into the system. I thought to myself the other day, like, how many of these players have played in the back three at other clubs or for their country? Like, let's just think about that real quick. Dallow's done it. De Ligt has done it.
What do you say?
Bruno. I said, out of the players we have currently, how many of them have played at, let's just use a back three, right? A back three formation, whatever variation you want to use.
What have played for their country?
I'm saying for the country or for their club. For the country or for their club. You feel me? A lot of our players have played in the back three before. I hope you know that. This is not like
what's your point by saying this?
The point I'm trying to make is that they're not bad. They're not bad to the point where we should be finishing in 15th because we've already seen them play in a system that is sort of similar. It's not the country. A back three is not that foreign to a lot of these. Rasmus Højlund has played in the back three. You feel me? Like so many players.
To boost your point, yeah, or to caveat off it, Harry Maguire's played in the back three. But do you know what the difference is? England sit back. They don't go and press. Amrin's system, everyone has to press.
Are we pressing? We didn't press.
No. Again, this is why I said if you watch him properly, he actually adapted his own style of football.
I agree. Yeah? Not every manager is the same. I hear that. But again,
I'm saying this to me. When you're saying the points of not finishing 15th, I agree with you. But it's disingenuous to be like, we've had previous teams where we haven't gone below this. Previous teams compared to this team is not the same. We had Ronaldo, Pogba, Sancho, all in one team. Look at the team that we finished with this season.
I'm not even talking about the league position. I'm just seeing the basis of football on the field. Yes. I am not seeing that. I don't care.
I've seen us get pumped. What 4-0, 7-2. I've seen us get pumped under other different managers, bro.
I've never seen us not win back-to-back games. I
have. Ollie underneath Ollie, and he got sacked. What are we talking about?
What?
What? Ollie finished second. What do you mean he didn't win back-to-back games?
No, I've seen us lose back-to-back games. I've seen us lose back-to-back games.
I'm talking about winning. We can't win.
Winning back-to-back games, brother.
And I told you, wait, and Shells, why have we won back-to-back games? Because what happens when we go through a loss, the manager reverts back to tap. This manager said, "I'm not reverting."
I'm with you. I want a manager to come in and implement their system and do their thing. Just because we've got Amorim now, that doesn't mean he's necessarily the man to do that.
Of course,
you know what I'm saying? That's all I agree with you. I want our manager to come in and I said that earlier. We reverted back to old systems. However, again, the baseline of a coach is that all of the stuff you're saying right now, he came into this club knowing how shit we are. He signed that contract. He decided to leave Sporting's project mid-season, regardless of INEOS holding him in a headlock or not. He had to sign the paper. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Your job as a Man United manager, you know the territory that comes in. You're going to be in the limelight constantly. You know all of this. All I'm asking for you, I don't care where you finish. I genuinely don't care. Forget last season. When I watch Man United, I just want to know what my team is doing. I just want to see a certain level of football. And I'm not seeing that. I haven't seen it yet. And it's crazy to me, regardless of how crap these players are. I keep saying that players are crap. Yes, I know. We've been seeing it with every single manager. However, I work with kids. There's kids who are high tolerance more than others. I know that. I know what I'm getting into. This is what I'm saying. He's known all of this, but there's nothing. There's no change. There's no baseline for us to work from. So if this continues now going into the new season, I'm gonna have the same smoke. I don't care who you brought in and whether you've been back or not. You bought 5 players. You bought 5 players. You got Watkins, Cunha, and Bomo. They're the top 10 strikers or goal scorers from last season. There's a certain level. You've got rid of Rashford. You got rid of Garnacho. You've got rid of you want to. There's no manager gets fully backed. We saw it with Klopp. Slot is getting backed more than Klopp, man. Them.
Even Eddie Howe with the defense.
Eddie Howe's doing a mad thing at Newcastle. We can't even get a player in, bro.
Yeah.
I'm saying,
what I will say, man. Yes. No. I agree with you. Sorry to cut you off. Go on, carry on.
I was going to say, Shells, you said you got kids. What do you do?
Yeah, Shells, carry on.
Out of curiosity, you said you got your kids. What do you do with the kids?
I'm a well-being coach.
Oh, pause, man.
This.
Chill. Come on.
No, I'm gonna say, Shells. So you see, I'm gonna quickly just give a quick example. You know how you can get some kids from like rough areas, like rough backgrounds, but they all have the same education, and they got the same homework. You expect them to do the same thing after you've taught them the same things.
Yeah.
If you spent the same 8 hours with all the kids here, would you expect them to all come home with this or give you the same homework at the end of the week?
No,
and it should be cool.
No, it's different levels. It depends on the level.
Let's just say they're all similar levels because you know how we get different sets, different grades. They're all in the same kind of category in terms of reading, English, math, all of that stuff. Yeah, you give them the homework, but a kid who lives in an estate where for him just to get home is a struggle, and then his mum's not there. Whereas everyone else is the living is a bit different. That is a bit easier. Yeah, when it's time to give you the homework and my man consistently failing, can you not have a level of grace as to understand why?
Yeah, but I get that.
You have a level of understanding. I have that understanding, 100%. But I'm asking for just the basics of football. We are not seeing this, and that's my issue. The fact that we turn up to Old Trafford. Saeed's there every single week. I don't know how he's doing that. And you're losing to you're not only losing, you're getting slapped. You're getting out coached. You're getting outplayed. And this is my issue. I want my manager to stick to his style because, again, United haven't had managers previously. We revert to old stuff when things are going wrong. I get it. I'm with you with that, Estrella. But at the same time, the manager has a job to do as a coach, and he is failing hard at this moment. Yeah. Very. Of course.
By the way, just to comment on that, I'm not gonna say to you that the next manager that comes in, is going to do well. I don't know. There's no guarantee for me. But what I will say is that I still have to call out what I see and what I watch week in, week out. That's all it is. I'm not saying the next manager comes in, he's going to be amazing. I don't think the pattern is going to maybe change, but I still believe when you're in the moment, you still need to call out the bullshit. And two things can be right. The board could be bad. And I think for me, the bigger picture should always be the board and INEOS and the Glazers. But what you will see is that I still can't allow my standards to drop and say, it's good because you know what, the manager ain't great.
We finished in 15th, guys. I feel like this isn't a crazy take to say finishing 15th, not being able to win back-to-back games in 6 months, losing to Spurs in a final, not improving anybody is a sackable offense. I think every other big club would do the same thing. That's all. That's it. It's just a fact. Real Madrid would not put up with this.
We're not Real Madrid. We're not Real Madrid. Again,
wait. What do you mean we're not Real Madrid? What does that mean?
This is why I hate Saeed shows. This is why I hate. This is what a lot of United fans always do. This Bayern Munich, Juventus, or Liverpool. But we're not them clubs. We're them clubs in names because those clubs wouldn't give a player, someone like Rashford, who's had one good season, 350k a week when you've been poor for 3 years. Wait. They wouldn't give an injury stricken Phil Jones an extra contract when he's been injured for 2 years. They wouldn't go sign an agent Casemiro for 67 million or whatever. They wouldn't go and buy Rasmus Højlund for 75 million. They wouldn't go buy Anthony for 90 million. They wouldn't buy Wan-Bissaka after scouting 250 right backs and buy Wan-Bissaka for 50 million.
Respectfully, that has nothing. That has nothing. Respectfully, that has nothing to do with us finishing 15th.
Yeah, no.
Wait. That has nothing to do with us finishing in 15th, my brother.
It doesn't. Let
me finish my point. That has nothing to do with us finishing in 15th. I'm going to say that again. I'm not saying we need to be winning league titles and Champions Leagues right now, but we damn sure should not be accepting finishing in 15th ever. I don't.
That's fine. That is fine. I'm not saying
like you're saying we're not Real Madrid. We're not Bayern Munich. That doesn't hold weight. It doesn't hold weight because we're so bad that
no,
that doesn't matter.
You know you're enabling this. You're enabling this. Say you're enabling this because I came into your stream before the preseason started and I was shouting already saying, you know, because I came onto your stream like weeks ago and I've already had this energy what he had and said, 15. What I'm not gonna tolerate though, yeah, is this blasphemy when people go, Real Madrid wouldn't do this, they wouldn't do. Brother, I've just listed amount of how many convictions have I listed that none of these big clubs would have done. But then you want to then say in the same breath, Real Madrid. I'm not saying any of that stuff has anything to do with us finishing 15th. But for you to even mention it is annoying. I'm getting tired of it. Big clubs wouldn't do that. Big clubs wouldn't act like that.
If you want to act like a big club, you should probably do what big clubs do. How about that?
But we don't act like a big club. I've been saying.
I don't care. Why
are you still talking about it then? That's not talking about. I'm
gonna repeat this one more time.
That's not saying I'm a big spender, but you should have make it make sense.
Wait. You're right.
No, you're laughing, but it's the truth.
Wait. Let me land. You're right. Let me explain this to you real quick. Okay, you're right. Let's leave Real Madrid.
Real Madrid, yeah.
Let's leave Bayern Munich out of this.
Thank you.
Let's use Aston Villa. If Aston Villa finished 15th,
yeah, Emery would be sacked.
Let's say they lost to Spurs in the Carabao Cup final. They didn't win back-to-back games for the second half of the season. Do you think that manager would still be there at Aston Villa?
No.
Then what are we talking about? I didn't have to use Real Madrid and Bayern Munich. We're talking about Aston Villa.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. That's it.
Aston Villa.
Tell me,
we're talking about Aston Villa now. I don't even have to use Bayern Munich. Right. I can use Aston Villa and my
you were saying England nil.
Tell me, repeat the question, please. Repeat the question, please.
No, you can't repeat it because you're gonna fail.
I will repeat it. I'll repeat it for you.
Bro, I generally was listening.
I'll repeat it. Let me repeat it for you.
Generally, I was actually reading the comments on the thingy when I said no.
I'll read the comment when you go listen to my man, bro.
It's cool. I'll read it. I'll say it again, Estrella. I'll say it again.
Say it one more time.
If let's say if Unai Emery this season finishes 15th, he doesn't win back-to-back games in the second half of the season.
Yeah,
he loses to Tottenham Hotspur. Let's forget Europa League. Let's say he loses in the Carabao Cup final. You feel me? Right? Do you think he's keeping his job?
No, but it's different.
I gotta go. I'm out.
I'm
out of here. I'm out. I'm done. There's nothing else I can say. If that doesn't resonate with you, you're
Tell me, stop shouting for 1 second. Tell me, stop shouting for 1 second, please. Tell me, stop shouting for 1 second and just listen, yeah? You just given me an example of Unai Emery, somebody who's been in the post already for 2 years, yeah, building something. If he finished 15th
in the first season,
wait, it doesn't change the question. Why are you changing the question for?
Wait, please, Saeed, please, with the context, because this is not for online catching whatever. I'm being dead serious. You're mentioning somebody who's been in the post for over 2 years and been building something. If you're going regressing for what you've done previously, I would expect you naturally to get sacked.
Let's say he's in his first season.
We're talking about a manager who came in halfway through the season, yeah, and inherited the poor squad.
Let's use when he sacked Steven Gerrard. When they sacked Steven Gerrard, right, in the middle of the season and brought in Unai Emery, let's use this.
Steven Gerrard wasn't qualified to even get the job. There was even questions about what
applies.
The job. So this is not talking about the question was wrong.
No, but the question was.
No, it doesn't.
How are you not seeing this?
The question was, yeah. Is it sackable?
You can't move moving the goalpost.
You're moving the goalpost. You are
moving the goalpost.
No. The question was, forget the context.
Bro, there's context behind it. There's context.
Is there context? Hold on a minute.
I'm giving you multiple scenarios. I'm even helping you. I'm saying, wait. Just listen. I'm gonna. How about this? Just listen to me again. Let's say I'm wrong about the first one, even though I'm not. Let's use another scenario. Let's use when Steven Gerrard got fired. I don't know. Was it October, November, whatever?
You cannot use the eyeball.
Let me finish. Let's say when Steven Gerrard got fired mid-season, right? I'm going to use the same parameters. Unai Emery comes in mid-season. He doesn't finish. He doesn't win back-to-back games. He finishes in 15. He gets to a cup final, but he loses to Spurs, who haven't won a cup final in 15? Was it 15, 16, 17 years, whatever it was? Does he keep his job in that scenario?
I would say maybe. I'll probably say maybe in that scenario. Yeah, maybe.
Absolutely not.
Saeed,
absolutely not.
That's fine. But Saeed, the fact that he said Steven Gerrard, I don't think is a fair point. Do you know why? Amrin was a touted manager. Before he came to us, City were looking for him to replace Pep. You're talking about a manager who got the job on what he done on the field rather than what he done in coaching. Because
you're not listening. You're not listening.
No,
I'm convinced you're not listening. I'm not talking about. You're not.
One second. Just quickly, 1 second. Yeah, 8-7. And 7 nices. We should be the same level as Madrid, Barca standards. It ain't easy. Ask your rivals if they should keep Amrin. As United fans, we should be starting mentioning Baleba more.
But listen to me. Not listening, bro.
The question was at the start, and Unai Emery, which even more it makes
Unai
it
Emery, not Gerrard.
Unai Emery. Hold on a minute. Unai Emery, if he finished 15th, context or no context here, whether he was there 2 years beforehand, before Amrin or not, if he finished 15th here, he would be sacked.
Thank you.
Okay, you know the best way I can describe. The best way I can describe this is this. Obviously, you've met me, and I don't know for certain other people that you've known for how long in it. Let's say you've known me for 5 years, and you've known me in person for 5 years. You've known Temi for like 1-2 years, but you never really met him like that. If I slapped you or punched you in the face or something, I believe there's a level of grace that you would have more for me if he done it. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because I've got more weight in that. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Or not?